Is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, everybody. This is Holly Cotter. Sorry, I got off to a little bit of a late start today. If you can hear me, please type in the word yes or the letter Y so I know that y'all can hear what I'm saying. All right. Thumbs up back to you guys. And are you able to see the screen? You should see a slide that says how to triple your sales and profits even if you've never made a penny online and have your customers stick to you like glue. Are you guys able to see that? Excellent. Perfect. Well, listen, I have a I know I say this all the time, there's a lot of really exciting things that have been happening since January. It's really, it's the instant I think I need something for my business, all of a sudden somebody's offering something already made. I don't even have to go in and try to figure out how to put it together. And in this case, there's something that I've kind of been wanting for a while, and I didn't have the first idea how to go about it. And I was on a webinar last week. I got on a webinar that somebody that I very much respect in the internet marketing field was holding. And I got on this webinar not knowing anything about what was going to happen on this webinar. And it literally knocked my socks off. And I'm hoping that it's going to knock your socks off today. I hope that you're able to see the potential. And if you're not able to see the potential, remember I promised you a really special gift just for being here. Well, at the end of the webinar, I'll tell you how to get that gift. And no, you don't even have to buy to get it. It's yours. But you'll make a lot more money if you get this. But how you can claim your gift. And in that training that I provide you, I will go into detail about all the different things I saw this tool being able to do. So I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself here. I'm so excited about it. I have a very special guest on the call today. His name is Ken Krell, and he is the director for the Institute for Totalpreneurship. I love that name, Totalpreneurship. I think it says it all. And this webinar today, and I'm getting some feedback. I think that's Ken. I might be getting all of a sudden, some feedback from you.
Hang on, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself for a second here.
Okay. So the title of today's webinar, How to Triple Your Sales and Profits Even If You've Never Made a Penny Online and Have Your Customers Stick to You Like Glue. You are going to learn how to do that in this next hour. And if it starts off a little bit basic for you, hang in there. Ken is going to have to cover some of the basics so we're all on the same page. I promise you, by the time we reach the midpoint, if not sooner, your head's going to be exploding with ideas. I promise you that. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce Ken to you.
Well,
Oh,
thanks,
Ken, we're
Holly.
getting that feedback again.
That's weird. We didn't have feedback before when you and I were
No.
pre-doing this. Let me adjust my
Mm-mm.
gain. Let me see. Is this? Can you guys hear me okay? Or is it just Holly and I? I want to make sure that I'm sounding
Are you
okay.
guys hearing that feedback, or is it clear for you?
Let's see, because I want to make sure it's perfect for you
Oh,
guys.
now it's better. Now it's
Okay.
better.
Is that weird? Very strange.
Okay, maybe
Okay.
it's go to webinar. You never know.
It's sunspots. No, it's sunspots is what it is. It's there's something weird out there. Well, you guys are in for a huge treat, and Holly, I really appreciate this. Truth be told, Holly was on the webinar that we did last week, and you were one of the most enthusiastic people on there. In the question box, I mean, it was like a separate conversation that Holly and I were having. She was like beside herself with, "Oh my God, this is amazing! Oh my God, this is amazing!" And I'm like trying to do a
And I've
present.
never done that. I've never done that on a webinar before. I swear, guys. This
Wow. Well,
blew my socks off.
Well, it was really fun because for me, and I'm digressing for a little bit here, but I used to be on stage. I used to do professional. I'm a professional speaker, so I've been speaking for years, but for over a quarter of a century. But I was doing live events, training real estate investors and entrepreneurs on how to make money and build their businesses. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but for me, the connection was a personal one. I could see your face. I could walk by and I could touch your shoulder. And, there was that love affair with the audience that you could have. And we always had that. But on a webinar, I see my screen, and I see the question box. So when Holly was popping in there, oh my God, this is great. Oh my God, it was the coolest. It made it fun. There's nothing more fun than having that dialogue with the audience because I see it real time and I can see the communication. And so there's really two conversations going on. It takes a bit of coordination, but I'm going to ask you as we begin today to do the same thing. So in that question box, go right ahead and talk to me. I mean, if it's something I can address right then, I will. If it's a question that you have, I can, if it's appropriate, then I'll deal with it then. If not, I'll deal with it later on towards the end, but I'll make sure all your questions are answered and make sure that we have fun, because the objective of this is to have fun, make money, and really that's the spirit of what the Institute for Totalpreneurship is all about. It's that for the entrepreneur to have everything. So we're going to be very particular about how we make money today, or how we talk about making money today. But dang it, we're going to have fun at the same time. Is that clear? Are we good?
Absolutely.
Are we good with that?
Absolutely.
Can I hear a heck
We're
yes?
gonna have fun.
All right. All right, they're popping
Heck
in there
yeah.
saying,
Come on,
they're,
guys.
I'm hearing a lot. I'm hearing a lot of hell yeah. Okay. All right. What are the winning lottery numbers? Hang on a second, Bob. Wait a minute. I'm going to go play that. I'll see you guys in about an hour. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are we going to do today? Well, first of all, we're going to talk about how to triple your sales and profits, even if you've never made a penny online. And I mean that, by the way, and have your customers stick to you like glue. And it's really an important, here we go. Let me just scroll up on my little, button here. Okay. You're going to learn the automatic marketing multiplier. And I'm afraid it sounds very salesy, but it is a marketing multiplication tool that really can triple your profits on autopilot. And then you learn how to put it all together and truly get your customers to stick to you like you wouldn't believe, because it's really all about building that. So the big question is, as we get on this, who is this person that you're hearing from? And by the way, you're hearing from me across the world. It is right now 3:00 in the morning in Bangkok, Thailand. So, and it is not my tiger, but it is a real human flesh eating live. Don't annoy this tiger.
I'm not seeing a tiger. I'm just seeing the triple your sales.
Oh, thank you very much, Holly. Because you know what I did? I paused my screen. There we go. Now there's the tiger.
There we go.
Isn't this great? That's why we have things like feedback. Thank you very much. I could go through the whole presentation and be the same slide all the way down the line. Fantastic. This is great. Okay, so anyway, let me cut it now. So there's my tiger. I always get a lot of comments on the tiger, and it is a real tiger. And when you come to visit me in Thailand, I'll take you to go visit my tiger. Anyhow, they call me the Kenergizer. You'll see why, or you'll experience why over the next hour or so. But I am the founder and director of the Institute for Totalpreneurship, where we help entrepreneurs become totalpreneurs and have everything. And as I mentioned a second ago, for over the past 20 plus years, 27 years, I think I just counted, I trained thousands of people make millions in real estate investments and business. And so my goal is to help turn you from that entrepreneur mode to totalpreneur mode. Because entrepreneurs, unfortunately, while they start with the best of intentions to create freedom and control in their lives, they usually become slaves to their business and don't have the balance. So I want to give you the tools to achieve that. And today, we're going to really focus on optimizing and maximizing your results. So what you're going to learn during the presentation today, and by the way, as I said, this will be interactive. So if you have questions, comments, whatever, if you just want to say hi and tell me where you're coming in from today, I want to hear from you. So this is what it's all about. You're going to learn how to turn your marketing into a more effective, captivating, and energetic client generation machine. And it sounds so salesy, but it's true. It's really true when you see how it's working. So you'll be able to create new long-term high-profit business while you sleep. And by the way, as I said, if you're just getting started with no list, no profit, and no product, if you're just getting started, this will be great for you. It'll really get you to jumpstart and be probably 3 times as effective as even the people that have been around for a while. So this is and you'll see why Holly was so excited. And you'll learn how to get your website visitors to stay on your site without any extra effort, so you can build your Google rankings without any of those SEO games you got to play. I want you to write this down right now. Write down 3/4. Okay, and we'll talk about the 3-4 strategy in just a few minutes. That's really important to you guys. Very important. You're also going to learn how to avoid getting caught up in the hamster wheel of online prospecting. Can you tell I'm a marketer? So you can stop searching and start serving your audience. And that means you can finally start earning a living with the people you're doing business with right now and really maximize the results that you've got. You've got so much in the way of assets right now that you probably aren't even aware of. We want you to maximize those. And then you'll learn the new way to build a long-lasting, income stable business. And that's really important for us, that you can be proud of and will allow you to be the totalpreneur that has everything and has the lifestyle too. So why is this important to you right now? Because most marketing strategy we've learned at this point is dead wrong. Holly and I were talking about that over the past couple of days when we were talking about just getting webinar registrations. The market has changed so much that pretty much what we've learned over the past few years isn't working. anymore. Even the past few months has changed. Most of it these days has been megaphone marketing, which is not good. And the idea is that we've been so saturated with so many different marketing messages that you got to go louder and bigger and brighter and bolder to get that voice heard. And frankly, no one's listening anymore, no matter what you say. It's just not working at all. And mostly people have been thinking on top of that, they've been thinking about hitting singles and not going for the home run. Small thinking does not work. I want you to think about being like McDonald's. And no, I'm not talking about like serving food that might kill you. I'm talking about, I got to be real clear about this. I'm talking, now the fries are good, I know, but that's still not exactly what I would call, heart healthy eating. Anyway, McDonald's, when you walk in, they ask you if you want fries with that. They're looking for an upsell. Okay. Then they're asking, or they're looking for a cross sell. Then they're asking, would you like to supersize it? So they're constantly looking to extract more money from you in a service to you. And if you're mostly American, you're buying that stuff, which is why Americans' waistline has gotten so much bigger. I want your economy to grow like the American waistline, as big as possible. Okay, so you got to think big. And then people have been thinking that they've got to outsmart Google, as if that's really going to happen. I mean, the Googleplex is filled with geniuses that, it's like we don't need computers. We have these people. They're geniuses. There's no reason to even try to outsmart them. You're not going to. You might get through some of the games once, but they're going to shut you down. And why would you go through that stress and aggravation if you can do it with white hat rather than black hats? So the key is really changing the way we're thinking about things. So big question for you today is this really for you? Is the next hour or so we'll spend together for you? So here's the thing. If you sell other people's products and services and want to build your own community while you triple your profits, this is for you. Holly, I got to tell you, there's a meetup group that I joined here in Bangkok for affiliate marketers. And they're sweet people. They're really nice. But all they're doing is throwing junk against the wall, running pay-per-click ads, running all these things on Google and this and that, and they have no customers, no clients. All they're trying to do is extract a couple of dollars from people that respond to their advertising. It is not a business. It is ridiculous, and they don't understand that you've got to do something more. We're going to talk about that today. If you're a blogger or post any content on your website and want to keep them on your site and boost your Google rankings, you have got to stay tuned. This will rock your world today. If you want to use YouTube videos to seamlessly help you sell other people's products, you couldn't do it, but you can now. Watch, and I'll show you. And if you want to be among the few online marketers that actually have a thriving, steady, and consistent income without the highs and lows, you want to make sure you pay close attention. Because the bottom line is you want to work less, make more, and have more fun in the process. You are in the right place, and you'll be ever so much thanking Holly for setting this thing up for you today. If you're frustrated...
I'd like to interject one thing.
Yeah.
That if they are a business consultant and they're helping offline businesses use the internet to generate clients, to generate sales, this will work for that also.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, and I'm going to jump in for a second on this, and that is that online marketing is marketing. We're just using the internet as a tool. And for people that call themselves, I'm an internet marketer, I think that's wrong. You're not an internet marketer. You're a marketer that uses the internet to sell, period. A dentist is an internet marketer, or a dentist should be, because they should be using the web to attract new clients and customers. So I really take issue with people. I'm an internet marketer. Yeah, okay. You're limiting your life. At the end of the day, you're limiting your life. So, that's just a philosophy that I have. I'm kind of a renegade, if you haven't noticed that. And I do go quickly because I get very excited about what we're doing. I want you to be as excited of that as well. So the plural, Roger says the plural of genus is genie, whatever. Anyway, thanks for that, Roger. Okay, so last but not least, if you're worried about getting, I don't know. It works. Many geniuses, many genii. If you're worried about getting ahead, by the way, because of all that clutter online, you're going to love this because you're going to discover how to laser target your prospects and your visitors to do business with you or your JV partners. They will be predisposed and about 325% more likely to do business with you. And I've got stats on that. I mean, I don't make these numbers up. Okay. Someone saying I dream of genie. So some fundamental rules for today. First of all, we are not doing anything get rich quick. Okay, I want you to understand I am an overnight success story. It just took me about 6 or 7 years to get here. Okay, so we're not doing get rich quick. Now, that said, That said, when you implement some of the strategies we're going to talk about today, you will get some rapid results. I mean, I've got a woman who within about 24 hours of launching her website got people to stay on her site for 29 minutes. I've got the stats to prove it. I've got the screenshot of it. So that was pretty cool. But she had to set up her website. She had to do what she needed to do to get to that point. So while we will give you some easy button strategies, I am never going to tell you you will get rich overnight. It ain't going to happen. Okay. Unless like you marry somebody, but then you got to date them first. So, it's nothing immediate. Secondly, the idea of doing nothing, get paid, not going to happen here either. Okay. I mean, it's like the law of attraction thing. Think about it and it'll happen. Even with the law of attraction, you actually have to get off your butt and do something. So this is not a do nothing, get paid deal today. And also, as I said earlier, you don't need to do black hat. There's going to be no games, no shenanigans. You'll be able to tell your family, your grandmother, your kids what you're doing and be proud of yourself and not be like, not have someone say, but is that ethical? Yeah, it is. Everything you do is going to be completely clean and pride driven. Okay. And last but not least, we're not going to throw stuff against the wall to make a buck. If that's where you are right now, I understand because I've been there, but there's no need to do that anymore. The only kind of things you should be offering your clientele are things that will actually value them. And when you use the strategies you're going to learn today, your results will be multiplied anyway. So you don't need to go into those kind of desperation strategies. And someone got my mindset, marry a millionaire. Not as easy as you think. So let's get real today. First of all, my results are not remotely typical. Why? Because I'm not you. It's all about you. And so everything that you do is really going to depend upon what you're willing to put into it. And so therefore what I'm doing is me, what Holly does is her, and what you do is you. Most people, by the way, who buy any how to make money training will not make any money at all whatsoever. They buy it, they stick it on the bookshelf, they figure, oh, I got that knowledge. But having the knowledge and using the knowledge, two different things. Okay. And by the way, again, I'm looking in the mirror right now because I bought tons and tons of stuff, and some of it was like in the shrink wrap for years until I moved and realized this ain't never going to happen. Can any of you relate to that? If you can, just pop in the chat and say me. You can relate to that. I'm getting a lot of yeses. Yeah, so so you're my peeps, okay? We're in the same place here. So I have to confess though before I move on, and that is this. I have an advantage over most people right now because I have a name in the industry and I have a list. But I didn't when I started. In fact, my name was mud. I mean, it was seriously bad news, and I'll give you the oh yes. So that's really where I began. And for me, it all started this way. I was doing fine. I was making a lot of money in real estate, primarily in real estate. I had diversified internationally. I had 500 acres overlooking the Pacific Ocean in Costa Rica. I mean, it was breathtaking land worth millions of dollars. I was going to walk out of the sale of that property with many millions of dollars. But I didn't ever in my wildest dreams anticipate the Madoff factor and the crash and all that. And I lost everything. I had everything in my real estate, everything. And all my retirement money, everything, all gone, all gone. So I hit rock bottom and lost all my investments in the crash. That was, the 401k, the defined benefit plan, you name it. And on top of that, I got accused of all sorts of bad stuff because I had some international investments like the Costa Rica property. So they all thought that I took the money and left the country with it, as if. Trust me, it was evilly bad. I was millions of dollars in debt, and then add to that, I had a heart attack. Oh yeah, I had a heart attack. The nurse said after the surgery, said I had two hours left to live, or it would have been all over. So it was. So that Bob says I should just shrink wrap my whole bookcase and donate it. Probably true, Bob. Anyhow, I finally declared bankruptcy, and by the way, that was the second time for bankruptcy. At 24 years old, I went bankrupt the first time. Thought I had learned, but after a $130,000 "we saved your life" hospital bill, there was not a lot of choice. Millions of dollars in debt, bankruptcy a second time, really humiliating. And I had at that point no list, no online reputation. Actually, it was a bad online reputation, given that there was rumors about me being like the next Madoff. No money, no home, no car. I mean, they repossessed the car. That was the most humiliating part of my life. And it sounds, as I say it quickly, like no big deal, but I got to tell you, it devastated me for years. I mean, I'm talking over 1 year, like almost 3 years of complete emotional devastation. And I couldn't market myself. This is one of the things that was really killer. I couldn't market myself with my own name because in the bankruptcy, I could not have my name known as being successful. I mean, the idea about being bankrupt is being broke. So if I was having the perception of being rich, that would have been a real problem. And I was advised to not be known anywhere. I had to hide. that's really bad if you're trying to be prosperity oriented. So I was living life in failure land. Um, yeah, some people are saying close to the bone for you. I know. See, I want you to understand that wherever you are, no matter how bad it may be, and I can tell you that as I looked over my mother's 15th floor balcony, thinking, it would only be a couple seconds to the bottom, and all that pain can go away. I never obviously didn't do that, but I thought about this has to stop, and I want you guys to understand that no matter where you are, it gets better. It really does get better, and it's not always easy because it wasn't easy. But you got to have the commitment and really believe in yourself. And that's what I did. I was dabbling in online marketing with moderate success. And to me, that was mediocre. And I have this thing about excellence. Mediocre to me is failure. I bought thousands of dollars of get rich quick trainings and courses I mentioned earlier. So I'll just skip right past that. And then I started selling the get rich quick stuff because that's what everybody did. That was a problem because I wasn't setting the world on fire. I wasn't connected to anything. And it wasn't working, because it wasn't the right thing for me. So I had to make a decision. First of all, I had to realize I had to grow or die, and understand I was living on my mom's couch at that point. I kid you not, on her living room couch for months. You should have seen her face. She's an amazing mom, but she's like, you need to do something, kid. I had to take control of my life, or it was really all over. I was miserable. So the choices were I had to give up and get a job or try something else, which all my friends were like, you've given this stuff a try. Would you please just get a real job? At least you'll have steady income and you could move out of your mom's. Or I had to figure it out, make money in a cool way that's actually rewarding, which you're going to experience over the next little bit. I did the thing that people will not do, and that is I took action on an idea and I put it into action immediately. That made all the difference. I put my blinders on and I avoided the bright, shiny objects. I decided to study actual proven masters, and I had criteria for that. See, as a real estate trainer, I was one of the few people that actually invested in real estate. So many people that profess to be gurus are really giving you book reports and rehashed BS that they learned from someone else and never did. For me, I was actually doing it. And so I wanted to learn from people that actually were doing the stuff that they talk about and had experience in it, because that's real and that's important. And then I decided to do real marketing instead of the gimmicky, wacky stuff, okay, and produce only top quality services that focus on value and serving my customers. No hype, no gimmicks, none of that stuff. Think like Steve Jobs is really what my mantra was, because Steve was all about excellence, nothing other than doing the right thing. In fact, in my staff with my team, they call me Steve especially when we're doing something and I get nitpicky and perfection-y, which is typical. They just laugh at me and call me Steve. Now the good news is they do what I want, but that's where my attitude is. Okay, I'm very, very particular. I borrowed money to buy the important marketing courses out there from John Carlton, Dan Kennedy, John Benson, and others that really were valuable and made a difference, and put them to use. That was the big thing. I actually had to follow what they were doing, and that's made all the difference to me. All the difference to me. The rest is history. As I said, I'm an overnight success. It took me years to get here, but I'm an overnight success. I've created multiple online conferences and summits. Some of you may know me from the World Authors Conference, World Speaker Summit, World Chiro Conference for chiropractors, World Info Mastery Summit. I mean, we did a bunch of these things. And by the way, I started doing those things with no list, with virtually no money, but just with the attitude and the idea. Also did a number of webinar series in real estate and in stock trading. And by the way, I know nothing about stock trading. My results are 100% consistent on stock trading. I always lose money. So the point is that you can start from zero, knowing nothing and almost knowing no one. As long as you've got one person you can leverage, you can move mountains. And that's exactly how I did it. Exactly how I did it. Now I live the totalpreneur lifestyle. I live in Thailand. I shot video yesterday on the beach. Some of you will get to see some of those videos actually that were shot yesterday on the beach. Kind of fun to do that. I mean, it was a business trip to the beach. Fascinating how I have to run my life. I actually have to have fun as the executive director of the Institute for Totalpreneurship, because if I can't live this lifestyle, I can't talk about the lifestyle. See how I set up that level of lifestyle? You can do the same thing. We created something called the Excalibur Society, which Holly has been talking about a little bit with me offline. The Excalibur Society is our high-end coaching program where we travel the world, and our next trip is in September to Nepal, 13 days where we'll fly around in a private plane around Mount Everest. We'll be trekking to the Annapurna Range. It's about 3,300 meters. We'll be visiting amazing and magnificent Buddhist monasteries and some Hindu temples. We'll be camping on the top of a mountain one night. And there's just so much going on with this trip. And our objective is to get you there. Our objective is to get you to the point where you can join us on these trips and afford it in two ways. Number one, afford the money because it's not a cheap trip. And number two, afford the time because you have your system set up, your business set up so smoothly that you can take a few weeks off and not worry about it. And by the way, for those of you like me that are wired to death, and if you're like an umbilical cord to your iPhone or to the web or whatever, yes, at the top of the mountain, there really is Wi-Fi. They plug in the generator. I kid you not. They plug in the generator and the Wi-Fi is on for a few hours at night. And by the way, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I couldn't possibly do this. My mom is 79 years old. She turns 80 in about 3 weeks. She did this trek with me in September of last year. So this is all, Holly was like, really? So you guys can do this too. So, and by the way, these are some of the pictures from those trips. I keep forgetting to click the slide. So I want you to see this and visualize this. It's not really about me here because I've done this. I don't need to rehash it. I love seeing some of these pictures. The key is I want you to visualize yourself living this kind of lifestyle because you not only deserve it, but you can accomplish it when you start putting into place some of the things we're going to cover right this minute. So in order to really build and maximize your business, you really need to focus on what I call the 4 pillars of profit maximization. Here's when you want to start taking some notes. I'm going to go through the 4 real quick, and then we'll dive in a bit more deeply, okay? You guys with me? We good to go? All right, let's rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. So number 1, the first pillar is engagement. And engagement is incredibly important. Most affiliate marketers really mess this part up. In order to build a lifetime client or customer, you actually have to serve them with something of value. Shocking, I know. Okay, so we'll talk about curation and building content for bloggers, authors, and so on. This is going to be really, really important to you. Next is part 2 of engagement, with our second pillar, which is leveraging video. It is really easy to sell with video because we are so multi-sensory these days. But most people are throwing away their customers because they can't put clickable links on their YouTube videos. Until now. So I'll tell you about how to use that as well. And then part 3 of engagement, which is our third pillar, is how to leverage affiliate offers. How many of you guys do affiliate kind of marketing where you sell other people's stuff? Just let me know. I want to make sure I know what you guys are doing here. Because it's a really, really good business. Okay, I've got a lot of me's. Yes, absolutely want to. Okay, cool. All right, I am gonna blow your mind in a few minutes, by the way. I'm gonna completely change the way you think about this. And by the way, most affiliate marketers are throwing away their leads when people don't buy that affiliate-oriented product. I mean, it's really interesting. So this is going to blow your mind in a couple of different ways. You need to hear this is what drove Holly over the edge when she was like, "Oh my God!" So you'll be doing "Oh my Gods" later too, I promise you. And last but not least is magnetic marketing. Magnetic marketing is basically called retargeting or remarketing. It is the coolest way to multiply your income without having to work real hard. And if you're like me, actually, I should ask you this. How many of you guys are like lazy? You know, that unless there's the easy button attached to it, you're not interested? You're just inherently lazy? I'm seeing a little bit. I mean, that's a good commitment. Yup, definitely. And the rest of you are too lazy to even type into the dang chat message there. So I know who you guys are. Well, let's get started in engagement part 1. And this is a question for you. The key to success in business and in life is one word. What do you think that word is? The key to success in business and in life is one word. What's that word? Any ideas? I told you this would be participative. You just can't sit still and be passive here. If you want to be making money in the world, you've got to step up and take some action. Okay, I've got trust. I've got enjoyment. What else? Anything else? Focus. Excellent. Focus. Anything else? Anybody else have any other thoughts or ideas on this? Thanks, Rebecca. Okay, commitment, activity, engagement, dedication, says Ernst. Work, says Roger. That's a 4-letter word, Roger. I'd rather use the word play. Delivering value. Jim, that's wonderful, delivering value. Let me show you what my word is. And a lot of you are close. The word's relationships. The word's relationship. Okay. The relationship that you have with your audience is what's going to drive everything. Everything. So yeah, your dedication, your engagement, your activity, your commitment, your focus will help build those relationships. And giving people enjoyment, not just yours, but theirs, is going to be massive. It's building that relationship. Building that relationship. And there are a couple of ground rules. Here's how you do it. Okay. Number 1, you can create your own content and post that content. Now, if you love to write, if you love to shoot video or whatever, then this will be a joy for you. However, if you're like most people, you're going to be like, oh, Ken, you have got to be kidding me. I am not a writer. I do not like doing videos. There is no way. This is ridiculous. Thank you, but I'm out. You don't have to worry about that. That's the hard way for most people. The easy way, I'm a writer and I love shooting video. So for me, this is kind of fun. But for most people, it's not. There's an easier way to do it, and that is to curate content on your site. Much easier. What is that? Well, let me show you what it is exactly. And we'll take you right to the live demo. Here's an article that I found at a website called nichepursuits.com. And I Googled this. This is how I found it. And the article is about how important is time on site for ranking in Google. It's a great article. It's well worth the read. I like this article. I wanted to share this information with my tribe, with my community, which you're now becoming a part of. Because it's really important, because as we talk about having customers stick to you like glue and having Google love us, we need to give people solid content. So I wanted to share this content with my people. So what I did was I copied the site, or rather I copied the article, okay? And I put it on my website. So this is the Institute for Totalpreneur site, totalpreneur.com. And here's the article, How Important is Time on Site for Ranking in Google? Here's the actual article itself. And here's Spencer Hawes' name, who wrote it. And here's actually a screenshot of the article that appeared on his website. And at the bottom, there's attribution to him and his website with links right back to him, okay? So all I did was copy it and paste it, and then I added 2 paragraphs at the top. And I could have put in a little bit more. I probably should have, but I was feeling a little bit lazy. And by the way, if you're not a writer, you can easily do this part. I'd said, I found this article and I was compelled to share it because it makes quite clear that the blah, blah, blah. So all you got to say to people is, I found it. I think it was good. I think it's relevant to you and can add value because of why. Enjoy it. And by the way, would you leave me some comments at the end and let me know what you think? End of story. I mean, everybody can do that part. That's really simple. Then you post it. That's curation. And there's plenty of tools to make that easy. Even finding the articles for you. Jane says, smart, no duplicate content issue this way. Exactly. And the key is you're adding value here. There's some ground rules for this, okay? And I skipped just past them. So let's go back and give you the ground rules for how to make this work. Here they are. Number 1, it's got to be relevant and meaningful. Okay, relevant. I mean, in other words, if you're dealing with the best ways to play soccer, don't throw something in there about nuclear fission. That's just, it's dumb. You just can't put junky content. It's got to be relevant, meaningful, valuable, helpful, and actionable. Because you can provide all sorts of great stuff over and over again, but unless people are going to take action with it, they will disengage and they will get bored. You've really got to have people be involved. It's that action. For example, my getting you guys to participate in the chat room right now and talk to me in the question box, that's action taking. Okay, that's participation. Okay. Colum says this is such a powerful process. It is, and it's fundamental. It gets people involved. It builds you a raving audience. People don't do this. They don't do this. And by the way, as I said in the beginning, you got to give proper credit. Okay, I gave attribution to Spencer. I had links back to his website. So he loves me for sharing his content because I've given him backlinks. I've helped him with his Google SEO. He's loving me for exposing him. Okay. And that's the beauty. Now, you'll find, by the way, this is half the game. Poor Spencer did a great job with writing a great article, but boy, oh boy, did he ever leave money on the table and make some gigantic mistakes. He didn't know it, but you'll see that in just a few minutes. Okay, let's go to part 2 of our second pillar, engagement part 2, and that's video, specifically YouTube video. Now, YouTube, I love YouTube. Okay, totally love YouTube. The engagement factor with YouTube is this. First of all, Google owns YouTube. And that's a great thing because there's a lot of power behind them right now. Google is actually, or YouTube, I get them confused, same people. Do you know that they now have a TV studio in LA? They're empowering young videographers and entrepreneurs to create their own web TV shows, and Google has the facility for you to do it. Really cool. I do not watch television any longer. And by the way, yes, I can still get HBO and all that. I mean, we have great TV and expensive cable here in Thailand, but I don't watch television. But I am watching some of these 8 to 10 minute TV shows. That's it. TV shows on YouTube. And they come into they're like TV series. They're funny and they're great. They're creative, and they're not limited to that generic garbage that you see on the TV networks. Fascinating what they're doing. They can be addicting, and they are. They absolutely are. I find myself now sitting for hours watching YouTube videos. That's crazy. I never used to do that, but YouTube is compelling, which gives you an advantage because people respond to video so easily. And by the way, aside from the fact that it is audio and it is video, for some people it's even tactile. Like for me, I watch a lot of my video on my iPad. So I'm holding it, I'm watching it, I'm hearing it, and that's huge. And by the way, I also have another tactile element. I've got my headphones in. So it's all involved. Now, the cool thing is that what YouTube has done is given us the ability to have your viewers click the video and buy directly while they're on the video. Is that cool stuff or what? You don't even need to say, go to this link. All you have to do is say, click the video and buy now. Now, there's one rule. The link has to go to your website. And YouTube has done this to protect the branding of the video owner. So that way someone that's selling baby toys, can't be like hijacked by someone selling something that would not be consistent with that brand. So it's a good thing, although it's a limitation to marketers. Yeah, Colin says, wow. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what you would do is you go into your YouTube editor and you would put in an annotation. That's what these are called, an annotation. Click here to order right now. It's really cool. And then you define where the link's coming from, and it's got to go to an associated website. And how do they know it's an associated website that's one of yours? Because they will give you code to put on your website. No one sees it. It's hidden code, but Google checks that every time to make sure it's there. And as long as you're able to put that code on the website, you're good to go. So you can't link to someone else's website. In other words, if you're doing a video review of someone's widget or someone's promotion this week, and then say, click here to go buy, XYZ's product, you can't take them to XYZ's page with your affiliate link. Ain't going to work. So there's a huge limitation there. We will overcome that one later today too. Okay. So that you will go directly to the offer and you'll control that. But I want to take you to the third pillar because this is about leveraging affiliate offers. And this is where I want to take you through a gigantic mind shift. Okay. I'm going to bend your mind a little bit. So here's what I want you to think about. Maybe you've heard of a company called Target. Okay. By the way, anybody here not from the United States? If you're not from the United States, would you let me know where you're coming in from? So I just know who I'm talking to. I am an American, but I've got a lot of people that are in my tribe that are from all over the world. I'm forgetting now, from Australia, New Zealand, UK. Great. Okay. Wow. You're late here. It's late. No, actually it's still early for you in the UK. Okay. Great, Roger. Okay. Switzerland, Sydney. Oh, great. Okay. Terrific. Okay. So it's the early morning for you, Colin. Excellent. Okay. Great. Ernst, I got people from all over the world today. Fantastic. This is so exciting. Great. Okay. So Target, you got a Target in Australia, but Target's like Walmart, if you've heard of Walmart, or it's like Carrefour, if you're in Europe. Okay, Macy's, another department store, Neiman Marcus, Harrods, or Maserati or Rolls Royce. Okay, guess what? These guys sell other people's products, just like an affiliate marketer does. The only difference between Target, Macy's, Neiman's, Maserati, or Rolls Royce is that they spent a fortune in a facility to showcase that stuff. They've spent billions of dollars in the aggregate to have inventory that you can touch and feel and hold on to in warehouses and actually on the sales floor. And so therefore, they bought that product, they've leveraged that product, and they're in the hole for a lot of that stuff. You guys, on the other hand, sell other people's products as well, but you don't, as an affiliate marketer, you don't need to warehouse that product. You sell the product and then you get paid for it at that time. Whereas Macy's has to buy the product, stick it on a shelf, and pray that some guy's going to buy it before they have to mark it down on a sale. You no longer have that requirement at all. That's so beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay. So Bob, let me get to that question in a little bit. Okay. Because I want to get through this point here real quick. So you're like the Maserati dealer. Maserati dealers don't make Maseratis. They sell Maseratis. They're franchised. Okay. They're affiliate marketers. Guess what? The Apple store is an affiliate marketer. Yes, they sell Macs and they sell iPads and iPhones and all of which I own. Okay. But they also sell speakers and they also sell headphones and they also sell iPhone covers and cases and stuff. Those are made by somebody else with other people's brand names on them. Apple is an affiliate marketer. So you got to think like these guys, okay? You got to think the way they do. Remember, I talked about you being a marketer that's marketing online, not just an internet marketer. So I'm going to ask you another question. Here comes a big quiz. You guys ready? Why do you shop at Macy's or Target or whatever store you shop at? Okay, why do you shop at the stores you shop at? What is the reason behind that? What do you think? What gets you to shop at yours? Why Target versus Walmart, for example, or Walmart versus Target? Why? Kim says convenience and price. Colin says they curate for us. That's great. Yeah. Bargains, Roger says. Products I want and trust, says Bob. Kathleen says, I like the environment. Kathleen, you win today's prize because I call it the customer experience. Now, for those of you that say it's convenience and price and products you trust and so on, that's also part of the customer experience. Same thing with the bargains. Okay. It really is about the customer experience. Colin got it. The customer experience. Absolutely. That's the bottom line. If you can control the experience, you get to win big. You've got to be in control of that experience. And most people, most marketers are not. They give away the entire experience. As an affiliate marketer, for example, you take an affiliate link, you drive people to someone else's website, and you're out of the equation completely. You have no control of that relationship. Now, maybe someone remembers who sent you there, but if you're doing advertising with pay-per-click, if you're doing Google ads, if you're doing solo ads and so on, and generating new clients and sending them to an affiliate offer, as so many people do during product launches, for example, no one knows who you are. They're responding to your ad for selling someone else's stuff, and you've built zero equity. You don't have a business. You may have some cash flow, people buy something, but you built nothing. Nothing. It's time to change that, don't you think? Let me jump to the fourth one now, magnetic marketing, the fourth pillar. This is where the gigantic sums of money are made. Multiple impressions, by the way, can increase sales by 325% or more. 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x. Now, what do I mean? Well, if you've been through any kind of a sales training, you know that in order to become an effective salesperson and get the sale, you've got to actually have multiple impressions, multiple experiences with your target prospect. Okay, so it may be starting out with a phone call, then with a postcard, then with an email, then with a billboard, a radio show, whatever. It's those multiple impressions, multiple exposures that will ultimately lead to a sale. And they say the number is 7 to 8, generally speaking. Okay, so working online is no different. Working online is absolutely no different. In fact, the average person that comes to a website right now leaves without buying. In fact, the number is about 98% will come to your website and take no action. No action. They're gone. 2%, and by the way, the number is really closer to 0.25%, but there's a bunch of different studies, so I'm being conservative here. It's like 0.25% will actually do something and buy from you. So, but it's the 2% we'll use right now, and to keep the math simple, that's actually doing something. So you're spending all this time, energy, and effort to be successful with 2%. That's ridiculous, but that's what we do. That's the madness. So we need to increase our results by using multiple marketing impressions and doing it efficiently and effectively. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The key is what we call retargeting, or Google calls it remarketing. This gorgeous lady is not my wife or my girlfriend, although I think I have a secret love affair with her in my mind. This is Marie Forleo. I'm changing her name. See that? Because I can't have her. I got to change her name. I was at Marie Forleo's website for her B School. She just finished doing a promotion for B School, and she has a great website. So I visited the website because I'm interested in what Marie's doing, and I always like to see what other marketers are doing. But I didn't buy B School. Okay, a lot of people did. I did not buy B School. It's a great program, by the way. It really is. So I left Marie's website, but Marie, I think I made a good impression on her back then because you see, she's following me around. I was looking for a new kite surfer. And so there's Marie with her beautiful smile. And then Marie's bringing me a cup of coffee on this other website, completely unrelated website. Again, I'm looking around for my kite surfer, and she's bringing me another cup of coffee. And yet now this coffee's getting cold. Okay. I don't drink coffee. I drink tea, Marie, but she keeps following me around. And now she's playing voodoo with me. Look at those fingers. Look at those hands. Stop living someone else's dream, she says. She's in both sections of this website. This is called retargeting. Okay, and it's brilliant. And by the way, it can be completely free for you. That's right, free advertising. And why do I say free? Because if you set it up as a pay-per-click, the only people that are going to click are people that have seen your ad, because you're defining these people. It's only people that have come to your website, and they're clicking why? They're clicking to buy from you now, or at least to go back to the website and give it a second consideration. Because the only people that see this ad are people that have been to your website. It's all done electronically. And these ads are put up within 1/20th of a second. So as you get to that website, as you're approaching that website, the technology, it's crazy. Don't ask me how it works, but it's done within 1/20th of a second that ad suddenly is put together and appears for you. Marie's not the only one doing it. This is SurveyMonkey. If you're experiencing them, I watched a video of Matthew McConaughey accepting the Academy Award. On the video was an ad from SurveyMonkey. I'd been to their website a few days earlier. And then I'm watching this pit stop of a Ferrari, a really, really cool video. And I look up, and there's this ad from, really ugly ad, from Frank Kern. And he says, I'm not really sure why you didn't take me up on my offer of getting a copy of my new book for free, but I'm giving you a second chance. Now, Frank, I did buy your book. I buy everything of yours, Frank. I'm a Kernophyte, okay? I've been there since Mass Control 1.0. So I'll buy everything Frank Kern, because he built that tribe and that community. But Frank's not leaving me alone. If I didn't buy that book, he's following me around. And I've seen this ad all over the web. Maybe you have too. Okay, this is retargeting. It's powerful. See, the average website conversion rate, by the way, is a little more than 2%, as I was talking about earlier. In other words, nearly all the people who come to that site leave. Okay, but watch what happens with retargeting. Regular display ads, the click-through rate on those is 0.07%, okay? But on retargeted ads, because they've already seen you, is 10 times as great. That's a 10x improvement just because you're now continuing that process. In other words, your marketing works 10 times harder than the next guy's, okay? Here's a really interesting statistic. I can't even speak. I get so excited about this. Listen to this. 72% of e-commerce shoppers, people who come to your website that want to buy from you, never finish the transaction. They abandon their shopping carts. 72% of that 2%. That's ridiculous. By the way, only 8% of those people ever come back to buy the product. The rest of them, they're gone, done. You're never going to see them again. But yet when you add retargeting, like what I just showed you a minute ago, 26% return. So it's now 3.25%, or I'm sorry, 3.25 times, or 325% increase in your results. Money in the bank. Wouldn't you like to be able to do this? This is ridiculous. Here's another stat. Retargeting can boost ad response up to 400%. 400%. Okay, how many of you like this? How many would love to be able to do this in your business? Oh yeah, I'm seeing a lot of, oh yeah, absolutely. Well, here's the problem. Unless you own your website or can control your visitor access, the cards are stacked against you. You can't do it, okay? So let me give you a case study. And by the way, don't worry, I'm going to show you how you can. I will never leave you in the lurch. I'm going to take you down the road to doing it. So let's take a look, first of all, and do some case studies here real quick so I can demonstrate what's going on. Let's look at, I call this one, ignorance is bliss. Remember I showed you that article by Spencer Hawes on time on site? Well, I love this guy. I really do, because I could tell a story. He's doing a really great job. It was a great article. He's got links in there that help give people information. He's very, very, very generous with his information. But the problem is he's throwing away his visitors every single day. Every single day. What do I mean by that? Let me show you. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Let's go back to his website. And on his website, here's the same article. And as I said, he's got links in here that provide valuable backup information. Okay, so here's this link. He talks about dwell time according to a few SEOs. I'll click that link, and now I'm being driven slowly. Here we go to this thing called the Moz blog. Okay, and Moz is really good about SEO, really good information. So I get to the site, and I don't know about you, but I'm real big on clicking around and seeing like where I am and researching websites. Just, I'm like, short attention span theater. I touch every. I was very precocious as a kid, so I'm going to search everywhere. And by the way, most people are like this. And oh, here's the woman that's pulling off her ears. This really caught my attention now. And now, by the way, guess what? I forgot where I started. So Spencer sent me this website for backup information, and he threw me away because I have no idea where I even began. And since I'm like 5 clicks in on this other website, and now like I'm captivated by the guy with the freaky smile and the girl that's like pulling her ears apart, I'm gone, never coming back. Really, really wasteful, really wasteful. But there's an alternative. Here's what we did. Remember, we curated this article, same article on our site. And as we curated it, we had the exact same links in here too. But what we did was we modified the links just a little bit with a super cool tool that you guys will be able to start using today. Okay, so I'm going to click the exact same link and watch what happens. It'll be just a second here. Yeah, Bob, there's so many sites I see do this. Yeah, Bob, everybody does this. Okay, but here's the difference. Look at this. Here's the same Moz blog. Here's the same Moz site. But look, they're not on the Moz site. They're actually on my Institute for Totalpreneurship site. In fact, you look at the address bar, it's totalpreneur.com. So they started out at totalpreneur.com. They're still at totalpreneur.com, but the same content is here. And they can click around and click through. And let's go and see if I can find the girl with the weird ears. Let's see. Oh no, I get a boring picture now, and now I just get a picture of a boring computer. Usually we get the Captain and Tennille or something. They change this all the time. But I'm still on the same website. I'm still on my website. So remember I talked to you earlier about the 3-4? Robert says clever. Bob says pretty cool. Yeah. Wait till you see the power of this. We're just getting warmed up here. The cool thing is, as I said earlier, there's the 3-4 strategy. At the very beginning, I mentioned that to you guys. Well, here's where it takes place. In order to be properly ranked with Google, to get the maximum value from Google, you've got to have people on your website for at least 4 minutes. Now, the challenge is that the average time on site is less than 1 minute. And most people bounce off, and bounce rate is when you bounce or when you leave the website within 10 seconds. Most people bounce off. Usually it's anywhere between 50, 60, 80% of your visitors bounce. And I'm talking bounce fast. So you've got to stop that. Second thing is the 3. They've got to come and visit at least 3 pages on your website so that you can prove engagement. Well, unfortunately, if you Googled that article that Spencer Hawes had, read through it, and then within about a minute or so saw that link to this page, you click that link, you do exactly what he's asking you to do. You're totally engaged, except that he threw you away, and now Google penalizes him because you left the website within a minute, instead of rewarding him for engagement and clicking the links that are in his site. Crazy, huh? So right now we control the environment. Like I said, we control that relationship. They're still there. And then this button here that says return, if I can program that completely and design where it goes. So in this case, I'm going to bring them back to that exact same article, but I can bring them to an affiliate offer. I can bring them to a resource page. I can bring them anywhere I want. Anywhere I want. For example, Aileen Boundy has this website called Align with Your Purpose. She wrote this particular a blog post, okay? But in it, there's a link, and the link, I'm just going to click right here because she has so many links in this thing. But in her, what happened here? I didn't click her link. Okay, let's see. I think this is probably the one. Let's see. Double check this here. It might be this one. I'm going to double check. She has one that she did. We call it wrapping. Yeah, here it is. So what she did is she went ahead and she has her header here, and she has a Shanta Gabriel's website, and you're still on Shanta Gabriel's website. I mean, you're visiting it. You're still at her website. She takes you back to Pinterest. So you can define wherever you want someone to go to. Colin says this is so critical. Colin says we can take a breath here. Yeah. So now she took them back to Pinterest, to her own Pinterest place. So you can define anywhere you want to take them. Where poor Spencer, where we're lost, he threw us away. So that's the ignorance is bliss scenario. No reason to do that at all ever again. Okay. Case study number 2, the YouTube police. Okay. I told you earlier that YouTube will not allow you to send people to websites that are not yours. Well, if we are able to wrap, and this is what I call wrapping, let's see if I can go back. Here we go. Yeah. If we're able to wrap this Shanta Gabriel site into Along with Your Purpose, which is Aileen's site. Aileen's from the UK. If we're able to do that, then can't we, on our YouTube video, have this link say, go to my own website, Align with Your Purpose, to this page on my website, it's my website, and get this offer. For example, like this. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm getting so excited. But we can promote HydraVid just with our YouTube videos. Pretty cool. So we're leveraging experts' knowledge, and yeah, Colin's got it here. So leverage experts' knowledge and advice and products and services and focus on relationships. Exactly. You build a relationship now by being a content provider without having to provide your own content. It's like totally cool. That's how I began my business. Completely how I began my business. I consider myself to be like the Johnny Carson or the David Letterman of internet content. Okay, because I'm emceeing a lot of people's other content and bringing it to the audience, bringing it to my audience. At the Institute for Totalpreneurship, I mean, while I'm the dean and founder and all this business, I want people to instruct our audience that are better than me, that are smarter than me in areas that I know nothing about. I mean, that's why we have a college or university. If you know, you have different experts. So that's the idea. You can curate all of that, all of that. Now I got to take you and show you how we doing so far. Is this helpful so far? Because now I'm about to completely blow your mind. So I want to just make sure you guys are ready. Is this good? Helpful? Colin says, brilliant, excellent, cool. Okay. All right. Thanks, Kathleen. All right, great. So let's rock and roll. This will probably shock you. Okay, this is Guru Bob. Now, Guru Bob is a friend of mine, real person. Name is not Bob, and I won't tell you whether he is male or female. Okay, but Guru Bob is a real person. Guru Bob made $24,000 one weekend in affiliate commissions on a promotion for a $1,000 product, and he did it specifically using Facebook. I sat next to him. I watched it. Now, by the way, I'm saying him. It could be him or her. Okay. But I watched this happen. It was like watching a slot machine. Every hour we would check in on the stats, and it was ridiculous. It was crazy. If he had told me he was doing this, I would have thought he was completely BSing me, but I watched it. Guru Bob tells the story about how he succeeded and did 24,000 in affiliate commissions. He tells us in like all of his webinars and all of his stage presentations. I mean, this person is all over the world. Okay. And that was great. I mean, really terrific. I mean, happy dance. I mean, totally thrilled, very impressive, and helps Guru Bob sell all sorts of stuff. And rightly so, because the strategy completely worked. Okay. Until you take a look at the numbers. Now, first of all, let's just backtrack this. The product was a $1,000 product. He got a 50% commission on it. So he basically made $500 a shot. And if he got 24,000 of commissions, that meant 48,000 of gross sales at $1,000 a product. That meant there were 48 sales. Okay. Pretty relatively straightforward math, right? Okay. Okay, Bob, we'll miss you, but I'll try and get through the big part here for you. Okay. Now, how many licks or cleads? That's it. How many licks or cleads does it take to get 48 sales? Okay, let's think about this for a second. Okay, we have people that are coming to us specifically on Facebook. This was a Facebook promotion. So people go to Facebook. You think they go to Facebook to buy stuff? No, they go to Facebook to like interact with friends and neighbors and stuff. Okay, so that's pretty wild. Okay, you're probably getting a 1% conversion, maybe, but I don't think that's right. I think it's probably closer to a 0.5% conversion. Remember, people are not going there to buy stuff. So realistically, I'm going to round these numbers to call it 10,000 if you guys are okay with that. But he would have had to generate about 10,000 leads to get those 48 sales. Does that make sense? Does that make sense if we just kind of backtrack that out? So here's the thing. He generated 10,000 visitors plus or minus for somebody else, not for himself. Not for himself. Poor Guru Bob. See, here's what happened. Guru Bob had Google has no idea that he even exists. He had zero engagement. He provided zero community, has zero Google ranking. I mean, bottom line, does he have a business? Does he have a business? And the answer is sort of, kinda. I mean, he made money by marketing, so he has a hamster wheel business. He has no continuity. He has no relationships. He has throwing stuff against the wall business. That to me is not a real business. Okay. Poor Guru Bob. In fact, really, he's just a digital sharecropper. Now, I don't remember where I found this terminology. I didn't make it up. I wish I did. It's genius. But a sharecropper farms land that is not his own or her own. Okay. A sharecropper rents the land and reaps the benefits of the crop. Because he's marketing on Google, on what is it called again? Facebook. Okay. Facebook can shut him down tomorrow. He doesn't own Facebook. He may have stock in Facebook, but he doesn't own it. So tomorrow he can be shut down for any reason whatsoever. Years ago, I was selling a particular product on eBay. And then eBay said, we're not selling that product anymore. We're not allowing that kind of product to be sold. End of story. My business was shut down. I had no control. Okay. So that's his situation right here. He could be shut down tomorrow. And that's a massive, massive issue. Poor Guru Bob. See, without his own website, he could not use an exit pop-up to build a list. But his JV partner could. Oh my gosh. So Guru Bob made his JV partner rich. What a nice guy. Ignorance is bliss here. Okay. Guru Bob's still happy though. He made his $24,000 and he has no clue what he gave away. Until I talked to him at Starbucks one day. And then he turned 3 shades of white, freaked out, probably, went to the bathroom later and threw up until he realized what he needed to do to change things. So I want to take you, I want you to understand just what the real deal is. Okay. So let's get into retargeting, because here's where the massive difference. Roger says, and pissed him off. Yeah. Good thing we were friends. All he could do was go, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. See, here's the thing. We know that retargeting can explode your profits by over 300%. Those are real numbers. You can, and by the way, easy to search for online. Go to, go Google retargeting stats. They're all over the place. In fact, we created an infographic about that. It's really amazing. Okay. And I gave you some of the reasons for that. So the challenge is, unless the offer is on your page, you can't retarget it. Okay. That means you can't retarget any of those affiliate offers that you're driving people to. Okay. So kiss those profits goodbye. That's the problem. Okay. But what if you could have it all? What could Guru Bob really have made if he could control the environment? Let's take a look. Time for math class. So assume those 10,000 visitors came to the website that he had set up for this product, okay? And he had an exit pop-up on it. So what an exit pop-up is, and you've seen these, they can be really annoying, but that's fine, because if people are leaving anyway, who cares whether you're annoying them? They're gone. They're not coming back. So capture them. Give them a bribe for a special report, a free video, a coupon for something, a free drawing. You know what they offer you for, and try and get the email address or some kind of an opt-in. Just to do that, let's say you got a 10% response. A lot of people do better than that. But let's say his mailing list grew by 10%. That's 1,000 people building on a list. And list, by the way, has value. It's saleable. It's saleable. It's amazing. Okay. So absolutely saleable. So that might be 1,000 new members. Okay. And by the way, the value of a member is about $1 a month. So that's $1,000 a month that Guru Bob could have generated in real value by just doing an exit pop-up. Now, $1,000 a month is $12,000 a year. That would have been 50% more income. Just that alone. Okay, you guys starting to see the light here. Now, let's take a look at retargeting. Assuming that he would have gotten a 3x conversion increase, and we know that we can do 3x, 4x, 10x, depending upon which model we're looking at. It's pretty dramatic. Okay, so if we had 48 sales, which we know he did, if we're just doing a 3x, not even 3.25, not even 400%, 3 times. That's a total of 144 sales, or at $1,000 a sale, 144,000 gross income, of which he gets half. Column says, yay! Okay, that's a $72,000 increase off his original 24 grand. So let's summarize this. The initial sales were $24,000. The sales from retargeting, now, by the way, of course, these are projected numbers. It could be 71.5. It could be 75,000. It could have been 36. I mean, we don't know what it'll be, but running the stats, the average has been about 300%. Okay. That's a total income of $96,000. The bottom line, is it more? Yeah. Plus his list growth of $1,000 a month brings him in a grand total of $108,000 during the first year of that relationship. That's 4 times what he would have made, or what he did make, on that $24,000. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Are you guys excited about this right now? Are you guys excited about the possibilities here? This is insane. See, the big solution is here. Now you can control visitor access. You can make them stick to you like glue and make money like crazy. I've got definitely, ooh, yes, heck yeah. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Kim, Roger, Kathleen, Colin. This is great. So, okay. So, how is it possible? Okay. It's really the marvels of modern technology at work. And it all started with a very simple idea. Now, I got to give you a warning. I'm going to share the system with you, but you've probably already experienced, I'm talking a bit quickly and I'm pretty enthusiastic. I developed this software. A friend of mine gave me this idea and she said, can you make this happen? And I was like, let's see. And within 48 hours, we created it. And so I get very excited about it because it really is my baby. And when you see how easy to use this thing really is, I think you're going to get pretty excited about it as well. So I'm just going to give you that little warning here because we're about to rock and roll. So what it is, it's a software product that we created that works within WordPress. So it's easy to use for just about anybody in the universe. And I think rather than tell you about it, I'd rather show it to you. You guys cool with that? Okay, so I'm going to actually demonstrate it for you. So let's say we have an affiliate product, and how many of you guys right now, how many of you have something that you want to sell, have a website? Everyone's going, of course, yes. Okay, so give me a website that you want me to demonstrate for you. I'll demonstrate that for you right now. So just pop it under the into the chat a URL, and I want to demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's take somebody here. Just feel free and do that. And what I'm going to do, I'm in WordPress right now, and I'm going to go down to this iBoostify menu bar on the left-hand side, and I'm going to go down to do what's called wrapping. I'm going to create a single wrap. And whenever I see that, I feel like I'm going to like Wendy's for a single. Don't know why that is. It's kind of crazy. Okay, you guys are being shy right now. You weren't shy before. Somebody's got to have some website they want me to explore and make some money with for you. Anybody? I'm going to count to 3. Otherwise, I'm going to go to a default. All right, here we go. Okay, great, Kim. All about copywriting. I love this, Kim, because I was going to demonstrate a copywriting product. That's so funny. Okay, so we're gonna do what's called wrapping, all about copywriting.com. Okay, and by the way, as a writer, I love this. So we're going to do, and what I do is I'm just going to use my fast wrap creation tool. I'm going to fill in 3 areas. First thing is I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a title. So I'm going to call it wrap. I'm going to do all about copywriting. I'm just giving it a name. There's nothing special here. And I'm going to put in my wrapped URL, which is the actual site that I want to wrap, that I want to include in my website. And then it's going to ask for a banner link URL. Now, what's that? Well, what that is this thing at the top, this iBoostify link right here, where I can find where I want them to go back to. Okay. In other words, what destination will that take them? I can take them anywhere on the web, anywhere I choose. In this case, I want to take them to my website, and I want to take them to my sales page for our product called Site Wrap, which is what you're seeing demonstrated right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop that in right here. These next 4 boxes are all defaults. And so right here, where it says top image URL, that is the blue header right here. I can define and put in a brand new header and define it for each page if I choose to. Or in this case, I'm just going to keep it the default. And the rest of it is image type, background colors, and so on. But here's where it gets really fun. Okay, I'm ready to go, except that right now, if I wanted to retarget, I could plug in my AdWords retargeting script and my AdRoller Perfect Audience retargeting script. AdWords works with the Google network, and AdRoller Perfect Audience works within Facebook, and Perfect Audience also works with Twitter as well. So when you use their services, we've made it so easy to actually put their code right in here. It's so easy. Now, usually WordPress mangles retargeting code. So this has been designed so it doesn't get mangled at all. It's just perfectly set up, and all you do is pop it in, okay? All I do now is hit the button that says Create Fast Wrap, and in just a couple of seconds here, you're going to see the page will change, and here's now the link. It says your app page has been created, and let's go take a look at it, Kim. And the rest of you can watch too. Let's go right ahead over here. Now, it's going to load. Here's our header, and then Kim's site's loading in underneath. There it is. Whoop, hang on. Here we go. Okay. All about copywriting, how to write persuasive copy. And this is all about Kevin Rogers. Click here to learn more. Okay. And here's your website. Plain and simple. So now I've taken you to Kim's site, but Kim's site's on my site. There we go. And there's her whole blog with all of her other links. Now I can go ahead and I can click to learn more on her website. And by the way, I'm still in her website. I'm sorry, I'm saying her. I don't know Kim. Kim. It could be a male name too. So if I said it wrong, I apologize. But yeah, so now, and Kim's like, very cool. Yeah, so now we're running around your site. Now you're still getting the Google juice for being on your website. So you're happy with what I'm doing here, okay? And I'm thrilled because I'm getting the time on site with Google as well. And when we're done, okay, I got it good. Okay, thanks, Kim. Excellent. All right. Now, there were times I've made that mistake, so I don't want to make that assumption. And now I'll click Return Home, and I'm bringing them back to my site where we're going to sell them iBoostify Site Wrap, which will be coming up in just a second. I just have a slower connection since I'm using GoToWebinar now as well. And so in a second, here comes the garbage can video. In just 1 second, it'll load right here. Okay, there it is. Okay, there's our trash can video. Okay, so that's the definition. Now, it works like a champ. It works like a real champ. Now, let me show you. I'll give you one other one here. I was going to show you this thing on another copywriting product. This is called Psycho Profits. It's for sale. It's on JVZoo. If you're an affiliate marketer, it's maybe familiar. A lot of cool deals here. And it's a $17 product, really inexpensive, with 100% commission. I love this. And so I'll click to get my links because I'm an affiliate for this. And I'll get a pop-up with my links, and I'm getting 100% commission, but they're not going to pay me instantly. I don't like that. I like getting paid immediately. But nonetheless, I can go right in, and I can go back to create a wrap, and we'll do it exactly the same way, but we'll do it a little bit quicker because right now I don't need to teach it. So I'm ready here just to create a new wrap, and we're going to do wrap, just PSY, profits. I'm going to go right ahead. I'm just going to paste in the URL, and we'll bring them back same place to. Actually, you know what? Let's take them to. Actually, I would have to create a wrap. So let me not do that. Let's just bring them back to site wrap because that'll just keep things simple right now. Okay. And now I'm doing, and I would add the retargeting scripts if I had a couple minutes to go pull that out. I didn't set those up in advance, but you'll do that. It's really easy to do on their sites. So now there's the page for Wrap Psycho Profits. And through the marvels of technology, Psycho Profits will appear here in just a second. Same idea. Okay. It's coming in right now. There it is. Okay. And there's my friend David Eisner showing up. Okay. So that's cool. Now, what if I'm running this and people aren't interested in Psycho Profits, but they might want something else about copywriting. Maybe Kim's site, all about copywriting. How about if I created a sales funnel? Check this out. Here's where it gets really, really cool. So we're going to hit this button called Create Funnel right here. And now we can control the entire environment over and over again. So let's see. Kathleen's saying, I can even wrap other websites I own that are currently separate, such as reputation marketing and do-it-yourself internet marketing sites. Yes, exactly. If you have different WordPress themes, you can wrap them all together in one place. So that way Google aggregates your activity. We use this a lot. I have one. I have a credit repair product that's really great through creditreboundinstitute.org. Well, I wrapped that into totalpreneur.com. So now Totalpreneur gets all the Google juice, and it's all in one place. It's so cool. So we'll start with we'll create a sales funnel. I'll just click right here, and like an accordion, it'll open up. I'll put in the first page, which was, say, that Psycho Profits one, and then I can go right ahead and click the second page, which would then be, say, Kim's product. I could then go ahead and say, well, if they don't buy Kim's product, let's go ahead and sell them something else. Let's give them Kathleen's product. Okay, we've got this to go 10 pages deep to 10 offers. Can you imagine? So if they're not buying one, they can buy another one. And you can change your header on each one, totally customize them, and do as little or as many as you want. We created an opportunity for you to sell your brains off. I mean, Kim says, love that. Yeah, this is the coolest thing ever. And we're just really getting warmed up because the opportunity for you is huge. Now, by the way, you can bring them back to a resource page. So that way they can see multiple offers on one page. I got to tell you that it's wild because when they go back and they click the site, I have sold so many site wrap software programs by people just clicking this button. For example, let's look at one I did today or yesterday. Here we go. I wrapped CNN. Oh, new on this Flight 370 thing. Okay, so we're on CNN. I want to look at this article. I want to see what's going on here. So let's take a look at an aerial view. So we're in CNN. Now we're going to look at an aerial view. And by the way, they're still on my website. Well, I scroll all over CNN. Way cool, huh? But what I really wanted to show you was actually this. Okay, this is Guerrilla Evolution. It's a new one that I promoted just recently. So I could go from Guerrilla Evolution to somewhere else over and over and over again. Really, 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 really cool. And again, we're still here at CNN, and we're everywhere. Are you guys loving this? The ability to make money with this is really off the charts. Oh, wait a second. That video is playing. Let me turn off CNN here. Here we go. Okay, let's stop that. There we go. Let's go back to our PowerPoint. So Colm says this is brilliant. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So now you guys can have the exact same system. It's wild. It gives you really the power that only the big boys have been able to have. I'm talking about Forbes.com, CNN.com, HuffingtonPost.com. It's amazing. And what's it going to do for you? Well, number one, it's going to boost your time on site so that your Google rankings will skyrocket, and you don't ever have to think of SEO anymore. See, here's the thing about SEO, and here's the thing about Google. They've done all this thing with Panda and Penguin, and I think the next one is going to be Godzilla. And people got shut down because their whole permutations and stuff. Roger said this is mind blowing. Yeah, people get shut down by trying to play the Google game because they were trying to outsmart Google. But what does Google want? They want engagement. They want that relationship. That's all they're asking for. As long as you got something that's relevant and people are clicking around your site, it means that you're providing them with value, and that's all Google wants. The problem is that someone like Spencer Hawes, who had that website with tons of value and external links, if you actually do what he was designing a site to do to provide engagement, you bounced off the website and he shot himself in the butt. Now, by wrapping those pages, they stay on a site longer. Google loves them even more. He never has to worry about keywords or any of that kind of crazy stuff. Yes, it will help, no question, but you're getting Google and you're giving Google what they really want the most of, which is engagement, and that's organic. Okay. It'll also make curation pay so that all those external links become internal links and you remain in control of where your people are going. They don't leave you. I mean, think about this. When you have somebody over for dinner in your house and they're hanging out in your living room or your dining room and you give them referrals about cool things to do you send them out of your house or do you bring them? I mean, it's the same idea. You keep them in your home. You multiply the money you make with other people's offers on YouTube, which gives you the power that very few people have, and you can dominate your niche with videos that sell. Remember, because you're taking them to your website with someone else's offer wrapped on that site, they come to your site. That's an associated site that YouTube recognizes and will empower you to work with. Yeah, it's mind-blowing. You can crush it with affiliate offers. Think about this for a second. You can get all the traffic benefits, the ability to list build, run retargeting campaigns, and create a real business that you can depend on, which gives you the control and certainty you want as you build your own business. This is no longer a crapshoot. I mean, absolutely not. Well, Dennis asked, will this work with Amazon? Great question. The answer is no. No, I'm sorry, it won't. There are a few sites that it will not work with. Amazon is one of them. YouTube, by the way, is another. You can embed stuff with that, and with an Amazon affiliate program, you can put your affiliate link in there for sure. But with Amazon, they don't allow our technology. In fact, one of the other websites that really surprised me, because we wrapped it all the time, was TED.com. You know those TED Talks, those 18 to 20 minute talks? They're amazing, and they just did their website, changed their technology, so you can't wrap those. Okay, so there's a few that you can't do. You can't do everything, unfortunately, but I love everything. I'm one of those absolutes. It's got to be everything. But it works with tons, so you don't have to worry about that. I will never ever give you an absolute. This works with everything because something will change tomorrow. TED worked great about 3 weeks ago. Then I was demoing something and Shazam, their site changed and their code was different. So unless we can figure out a workaround, not everything. Okay. It will also multiply your effectiveness, so you don't have to work so hard. Get a load of this. Okay. iBoostify Site Wrap lets you stack the benefits so you can retarget, list build, get better Google stats, and make money like crazy all together. And the cool thing too is that you make a bigger impact, build your tribe, which lets you connect with more people and you make money at the same time. I mean, it's so much fun. Here's something else. I don't know about you, but I love winning stuff. I love my iPad. I won my iPad with a Ryan Dice affiliate program a while back. It was really cool. So happy about that. You can get on leaderboards with minimum efforts because you're able to do things that the others affiliates can't do. You're working smarter, not harder. And that makes it wonderful. Think about this for a second. Since they're not retargeting because they can't, okay, and if you're getting 3x the results, it means that your dollar is working 3 times harder than their dollar is. In other words, they've got to outspend you by 3 times to get the same results you're going to get. Think about that one. They got to outspend you by 3 times to get the same results you can get once you start retargeting. This is where the money gets made. It's ridiculous. This is specifically for you guys. And that's why Holly got so excited and said, Ken, I got to have you on. We got to do a webinar like ASAP. And so Holly is an action taker. Holly said, we're going to do this. And how soon can you do it? And I'm an action taker too, because I'm doing this for you at 3:00 in the morning for me. Okay. And I'm thrilled to pieces to be doing that because you guys I'm watching you on the chat and you guys are like, you're loving this. Okay. So let's get started together. When you put iBoostify Site Wrap to use today, you'll begin getting immediate results. I showed you Aileen Boundy's site. She set it up on a brand new site and her stats within 24 to 48 hours of setting up a brand new website showed a time on site of 29 minutes, 29 minutes and 28 seconds. That's crazy. Now her numbers are stabilized. She's at about 9 minutes on site. And remember, we were talking about the 3-4 rule. So she is well over that, and Google's loving her. And by the way, we set this up so that we can really track our results. So you'll see the page it came from. RAP, release negative beliefs. So we code our, and this is just me, I like to name my pages with a RAP name so I can identify them more easily. So this way, it was real easy to identify and prove the results. Really cool. So I want to get started with you guys today. Now, other similar systems are priced at $7,500 and more. And I kid you not, my buddy Gina Gaudio Graves, who is a tremendous coach and dear friend, she says there's one site, one software program that's a hub site software system that does something similar, not as much as what we do, and it's a $7,500 price tag. You will not pay anything close to that. I mean, I keep blowing people's minds today, but I'm going to blow it right now because you can get started with just $47. $47 and then $47 a month has you working with SiteWrap, and you can stay with us for as long as you want. And you can get it at totalpreneur.com/now. But you can save even more if you just make one single payment of $297 for a full year service. That saves you $267 right this minute. So it's at totalpreneur.com/now. And let me stick that in the chat for you real quickly here. If I can do two things at once, that would be a miracle. And spell it right, which is even more miraculous because I'm not always good at doing two things at once, but let's get that to you real quick. Okay. And when you get started today, I'm doing this for you guys because, well, I love Holly and I love the way she takes action. I mean, Holly is a true gem. And I think because you're part of her tribe, you can be the same way too. Can you put it on client sites, or do I need to sell them a membership? Yeah, Kathleen, this is for you. And so it's really for personal use. If you want to do multi-sites, that's a different conversation, but you would want to sell them to them. And by the way, when you get SiteWrap today, you automatically become an affiliate. So that's the cool thing. Now, you can put it on 5 sites. We're adding a 5-site license absolutely free for you guys tonight. That's a $197 benefit. But what I would do, Kathleen, is what I would do is I would go right ahead and I would offer it to your clients, sell it to them as an affiliate. Because you'll get paid either on a monthly basis, you'll get an affiliate commission every single month, or you'll get it for them. You'll get a one shot. Okay, so you'll be cool with that either way. Yes, ma'am.
If I may jump right in.
Please,
Kathleen, what I'm planning to do is just add the cost to my monthly fees for the client. So they won't know that they're signing up for this product. I'll just say, my service costs X amount, and I'll build that $49 a month into the cost.
That helps you. That's not a bad idea. You can totally do that. That's cool. Colin says it's totally crazy. Yeah, that's great. You can completely do it any way you want, and we're happy to work with you in whatever fashion. I mean, it's really that simple. Understand, you're dealing with me. I'm the developer. You're not dealing with a corporate office somewhere where you can't be flexible. We want you to succeed. So, and that also means that we're going to help you with the installation, the setup, and we'll sit down with you to do all that. By the way, installing this, it's like 4 minutes. It's really, really easy. But what we want to do, and we're doing this really at the beginning with a limited basis. This software has only been available to the general public for the past couple of weeks. We've had it under beta for about 4 months. So we have plenty of users from all over the world, and they're loving it. But we've really only made it available very, very recently. And Holly was like, oh, I want it now. So that's why you're getting it right now. Okay. Now, Kathleen is asking, won't we need a perfect audience account? Yes, you will. But Kathleen, I got you covered there too, because I had a conversation with Perfect Audience just yesterday, and we are getting you guys some Perfect Audience money. It's being set up now, so it's not official, but we're getting you Perfect Audience cash to get started on their dime. And that's a decent number for you. So I won't release that just yet, but it's coming. So yes, you will get some benefit with that, and I'll be able to set you up even for your clients that way as well. So we're working on getting AdRoll to return a phone call and get that done, as well as one with Google as well. So we're looking. I mean, my bottom line is to set you guys up that you cannot possibly do anything but succeed and really achieve what you want to achieve. Cool. So it's totalpreneur.com/now, but I am not finished. Oh, no. Choose your payment option. Watch your email. By the way, when you order right now, you're going to get an email with your access. So make sure that when you finish your order process, that you use the correct email, the one you will read, the one that is properly spelled, because we're not sending you to like a login screen. You're getting the login automatically generated by our system. Okay. Then you'll get to the members area. You've got great tutorials in the members area. And by the way, they're not like 17 hours of tutorial. They're like 10 minutes max. Okay. So it's pretty cool. Ernst, the link will be valid for the next few days for you, but we do have a 24-hour special that I'll be releasing. So go there within the next within the next 24 hours, because a couple of other special things that I'm doing just for you guys right now. And I'll skip ahead only because you're needing to leave, Ernst. We will do for you two header graphics. So those. Let me go back real quickly here. This part at the top where it says Institute for Totalpreneurship, I'm kind of moving it around on my screen. We will build two of those for you with the return to site buttons, custom for you. All you got to do is give us your logo and your colors and so on. And so we'll match it to your site. We'll have our graphics team do that for you. It's a $97 value. That's one of the things that seems to hang people up. So I don't want you hung up. I want you guys to take action immediately and be successful with this right away. So that will do that for you as well. Okay. So great. So Ernst said he'll be home in about 30 minutes. Terrific. Any questions? We're completely here for you, sir. So happy to be of help. When you get into the members area, it will look very similar to this because I just did a screenshot of it. And we always show you the updates. You'll have the installation instructions over here. There's a tutorial for you, and then scroll down and you'll see other tutorials as well on some of the sessions that we've done with our beta testers that will more than just inspire you a little bit. I mean, there's some great content in here on how to build your business. It will blow your mind. It really will. So what happens next? Okay, you're going to receive your invitation for a personal strategic one-on-one strategy session with me or a member from our team. Why are we doing that? I want you to think about this for a second. I talked to you earlier in today's session about building relationships, right? Well, you've experienced people selling you stuff all day long, all lifetime long. They sell you stuff, they love you, they leave you, they're gone. And maybe they send you follow-up emails every now and then. Maybe they remember your birthday. Maybe they do a send-out card. But basically, you buy the stuff and you're gone. That's not how we play it. See, I want to, first of all, get you on the phone with either me or someone from our team and find out like who you are, what you want, and how you can best utilize the software to make money. Why? Because if you use it, I'm happy. Remember, this is my baby, and I want my baby in good hands, and I want it to be used to serve you and make money with you. Okay, so we will look at how you can best utilize this and how you can monetize and maximize the results. So for you, Kathleen, for example, and it'll be, how can you use this with your clients? What's the best way to use it for your clients? For you, Colin, it'll be something different for whatever best serves you, and for you, Ernst, as well. Same idea, so that you get to benefit from that. I mean, I don't know anybody that does this, but this is how we do it because we want to be sure that you're successful, which is why I can offer, a full money back guarantee, which I would do anyway. But my bottom line is, if you don't think it's the best investment you've ever made, tell us, you get your money back, plain and simple. Furthermore, I'll double that. If you use it, as we've discussed. Okay, so the first one is like you never took it out of the wrapper and like you're done, then fine. Second one is use it. If you're not thrilled with it, I'll double your money back. And it's your definition. Okay, so we just want you to give it an honest try. And I can guarantee you'll be thrilled. Now, mind you, we've only had to issue 2 refunds, and I'll tell you what they were. The first one was a lady that's using Joomla, and she bought it not realizing that it was WordPress only. So that was clearly a refund, and she didn't want to switch platforms. And the second one was someone who was like on Weebly, and she just wasn't ready to move to WordPress because she's afraid of WordPress. So we had technical refunds as opposed to unhappiness refunds. Okay, that's, so now we want to make it clear. It's WordPress. If you're on another web platform, don't get this, okay, because it won't work for you. Bottom line, if you're not happy by the end of 30 days for any reason, let us know. You get a full refund. We don't ask any questions. Other than how can we do better? You got to keep all your bonuses. We're not fooling around. We want you happy. So totalpreneur.com/now is where you go ahead and get started with us right away. Now, by the way, if you want to make your marketing tons more effective, if you want to build an active list fast, if you want to use retarget on products that aren't even yours. I talked to Perfect Audience yesterday, and she's like, well, we have our own WordPress plugin. I said, yeah, but can you retarget other people's websites? And she's like, no. I said, how much more business is it worth to you to have your clients be able to retarget other websites that they're promoting that they couldn't do before. She's like, oh my God. So that's what you can do. If you want to win with Google without even trying, and you want to finally create the freedom and confidence you deserve, then and do this within 21 days or less. And by the way, I made that number up. I mean, results are as quick as you put it into play. Then this is definitely for you. Now, by the way, it's set up per site, Kim. So it's an installation, and then you just make each page separately. Very simple. Colin says, "I just bought. Yippee! Welcome aboard, Colin. This is great. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'll probably be doing your strategy session yourself." By the way, just to let you know, we did not yet get implemented our automatic schedule your time with us scheduling thing done yet. So it's installed, but we don't know how to use it yet. So you'll be getting an email saying when's best for you and timing. And because you guys are from all over the world, we'll just work it out so that I'm hopefully not up at 3:00 in the morning if I don't have to be to talk to you guys. Okay, we'll try and do it on fringe time so it's convenient for both of us. So welcome aboard. You will love this. Let me then take you to the next piece. So once again, the link is totalpreneur.com/now. But I got more things for you, and you don't even know this, Colin. When you order, you're going to get our brand new training called FB Ad Blaster, because we want you to be actually starting to do stuff on Facebook. And if you're running Facebook ads and spending more than 2 cents a click, you'll want this training. I've got to finish recording the videos, and then it'll be released within the next couple of weeks. And thank God I just hired a video person today to make it easier for us. It'll be $297 when we release it, but you'll get it for free. So that's coming. Okay. Okay. Not a problem on your phone number. If you want to stick we'll totally Skype, Colin. I mean, I live on Skype, so no big deal. Just stick it into, either stick it into the chat, or you can send a quick email to support@totalpreneur.com and just mention that you just finished purchasing, and your Skype information will rock and roll. Okay. And because we'll do everything on Skype. I live on Skype. When you're overseas like I am, that's how Holly and I, we talk all the time now on Skype. Now, by the way, when you take advantage of your best savings option, you can choose $47 a month. Frankly, your better deal is to do the $297. You pay once and you're done. Okay, so it'll save you $267. It's just really makes sense. 5 minutes is all it's going to take to install that software, and you can be up and running tonight and wrapping tonight. We have a lot of people that are doing that. I've got a friend in Melbourne who's just like, not Melbourne, Florida, Melbourne, Australia. He was up by the time the webinar was over. By the time Q&A was finished, he was so excited. Now, by the way, here's something extra special, and I want you guys to pay close attention to this. When you enroll tonight, when you order tonight, you'll be enrolled in our twice monthly strategic implementation sessions. That's $1,200 a year of value. Let me explain what that is. Okay, this is really, really important for you. Okay, we meet twice a month, 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern time. That's at this point with daylight savings. It's 11 o'clock in the morning Sydney time, 7 a.m. for me Bangkok time. We do it twice a month. It's about 2 hours a shot, sometimes longer. And in those sessions, it is no holds barred. It is about how to use the software. It's, do I have any pages that didn't wrap right and why? We figure that out. Sometimes it's people forgetting the HTTP, which you have to make sure you put in. We have questions about, we did a session just a week and a half ago with my friend Wolfgang Hofbauer, who uses the software, and he did a 90-minute session on WordPress security, which, by the way, I encourage you. In fact, for those of you that are ordering right now, and I'm not looking at our shopping cart, so I don't know everyone that's coming through. I'll check that before we go. But for those of you like Colin that have joined, you want to watch that video. It's really, really important. And he takes you step by step as to what you have to do with a free solution to protect your WordPress sites. So that's really important. For you. Let's see. Anne-Marie is asking, I have a blog set up. Can you give any information on the best WordPress themes? Yes. And Anne-Marie, something else we will do for you too. We usually mention this later on after you become a client. But if you don't have a WordPress site, we actually have a team in the Philippines that will build it for you. And we have an offer for you that is super, super cheap to make that happen. Matt, our programmer, and I don't think you know this, Holly, but Matt, our programmer, his wife created a school, set up a school, which now is being sponsored by the government, and we sponsor it as well, that teaches kids of high school age to become internet marketers and to do online work. And they're outsourcing. The kids are hearing impaired, and they're building websites for us. So it's really cool. I couldn't be more excited to be able to help you guys build your sites if you're wanting more WordPress sites built. And by the way, if some of you are outsourcing, we would love to do that for you as well for your clients, because I want these kids to have more work. And we're looking to expand the school and expand that business for them, because that's the way they're raising funds. So
That's
that's what,
awesome.
isn't it
I'm
cool?
going to
Yeah.
be sending I'm going to be sending some work your way.
Yeah, love it. I mean, it's really cool, and we're looking to do more of that. It's exciting. I mean, this is really a family kind of affair, and that's right. I just love doing it. It's great. They do a good job and they take care of people. So that's the scoop. Let's see.
Is
Can
this
this?
a good time for me to jump in, Ken?
You can jump in whenever you want, sweetheart.
Okay. Well, I don't want to interrupt you, but I just want to remind everybody that I want to, first of all, let you know you want to get this because I promised you I was going to give you a free training. If you were on this webinar, I was going to give you a free training session on building multiple income streams. And let me tell you, this tool is going to allow you to maximize the income from every income stream you build. So I strongly recommend you get it. Personally, I would go ahead and get the pay for a year in advance because not only are you saving half the amount, but you're getting it for 5 different sites. And when I go into building these multiple income streams, you're going to want to be able to use it on 5 different sites. So I just wanted to put that in here before too many people click away and order and then go, darn, I should have done the other one. So I wanted to let you know. Ken, let me ask you, we're using GoToWebinar. If you are able to, you're able to send me a report of everybody who attended, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, look for it probably, I've got such a busy schedule. I'll try to do it this week. Look for an email from me and end of this week, beginning of next week, inviting you to a webinar that I'm going to hold. I'm going to go in detail about building multiple income streams. You guys don't have to do a thing besides register when you get that email from me. And I just want to say thank you for attending, and I'm going to turn it back to Ken now.
Oh, cool. No problem. Thanks. Holly, I want to come to this thing too. I think it'd be great.
Well, you're welcome. You're more than welcome.
Well, then just let me know the time. I'll be there if it's doable.
Well, you put yourself on the registration list.
I'm hopefully I'm an attendee. So anyway, you guys are part of a community. I mean, what I'm trying to tell you is that you really do when you buy SiteWrap, you become part of the community. So we expect to see you twice a month. And by the way, we record all that. It'll always be in the members area. So if the timing's not right for you, like for you guys in the UK, it's like at midnight. Aileen is with us. She's from the UK. She's with us pretty much every week, but every now and then she's like, "I'm really tired, Ken." So we do record it, and it's all there. And there's a lot of magic in those. Really, a lot of magic in those. So we're going to help you, build your list, engage your visitors, sell more like crazy. And by the way, I also want to be able to expose you guys. And what I mean by that, in the most G-rated manner I can say, is that if you have content that is shareable and valuable to our community, I'll want you guys to do a presentation within these sessions. The idea is really that the strategic implementation sessions are a giant value add. And again, I don't know anybody that does this as part of the support system, but this helps us. And the lesson for you guys is, if you do this with your customers, what's going to happen? You build a great community, you build raving evangelists that love you, you have like no refunds, and everything's happy. For example, with our affiliate system, with our affiliate program, our current affiliate program does not take money away for refunds. We pay the affiliates, they get paid. If someone refunds, we don't go back to the affiliate, okay? Because we don't get refunds. So you want to be able, if you're an affiliate marketer, to do business with people like that. And as you develop your business, you want to be able to have that same level of quality audience, and that's developed by giving them the kind of quality that we're talking about here. So so we will have guest speakers, and we want to, again, add more value. Now, by the way, we're still not finished yet. Oh, no. You'll get lifetime access to those twice monthly meetings when you become a SiteWrap member, for as long as you're a member. So that's good to go. And I mentioned this earlier for Ernst before he had to go. During the next 24 hours, I will throw in 2 headers for you. Okay, it's a $97 value. Our team will build them for you. So as I said, just send us your logo and your website address. We can match the colors, and we'll get you covered. Okay, and we'll give you see, we'll give you the end color definition as well, so that the actual image will go all the way across your website, just as we've done on our websites as well. So we'll build that for you. Okay, because again, we want you starting as quickly as possible. So be prepared to get us. If you're doing this within the next few hours, make sure you get us your logo. And if you have a current header you're using, give us the link to that, and we'll operate with that, because I want to make sure that you are able to get moving quickly. So you've watched the entire presentation. You've gotten real excited with us for sure. You want to maximize your marketing and build your business, and you know this is an amazing value. And you want to take advantage of the outstanding discounts that we've got for you right this minute, and the bonuses that alone are worth over $2,000, and the double guarantee that you won't even need to think about because you know you're saved. So what you need to do right now is go to totalpreneur.com/now and join our family. And it's a growing family. And by the way, as I said, or hopefully I said, when you get your order complete, you are automatically enrolled in our affiliate program. So that as you tell your friends, as you tell other people about this, just as Holly is doing, you will be rewarded for that. We're looking to grow this organically, and you become family. And we want you, like I said, we want you to come to Nepal with us. We want you to join the Institute for Totalpreneurship and be part of that curriculum. We want you with us for the longest time ever, because that's what it's all about. We want only people that are cool. People that are fun, people that are committed, that are action takers like Holly. And I get that you guys are, just how responsive you've been in the question box. You guys are active people. You're not passive, and that's really huge. So let's open this up to questions. Any question you have, I am thrilled to pieces to answer for you. And as I welcome a few people on board, like Colin, and I know Ernst will be joining us, and Anne's going to be joining us. I see an order from Dave. So you guys can't wait. Monday, a week from what is today? Today's still Tuesday, right? Wednesday. I don't know what today is. I have no idea.
Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. Thank you. I really have no clue what day it is at this point. But I have to look at a calendar. But Monday night, this coming Monday night, for those of you in the U.S., 7 Eastern time, is the next strategic implementation session. For those of you guys that are in Sydney, it's Wednesday morning. And since I don't think you've had a time change yet, it's 11 a.m. And then for those of you in the UK, it's still, it's like, I guess, midnight. But we'll be there for you live. Okay, so pop some questions. Okay, so Jim's asking, how much we charge to build a WordPress site? The WordPress site, a basic site, Jim, with the themes that we've got, I want to say it's like $600, like $597. And we do a lot of things with that. It's not just build a site. It's also throw in all the plugins that you need, put in the WordPress security, and so on. So we don't just like build you junk. And remember, we're marketers, so we're not just building something that's pretty. So there's that. So we made it really, really manageable. Thursday and yeah.
Oh, finish your answer, and then I wanted to bring something to your attention.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Anne-Marie had a question I think you might have missed.
Oh, hang on.
Question?
Here we go. Cannabis. Yeah, I answered it by messaging it. So, but thank you. No, no, it's fine. I'm glad. I wanted to talk about it too. When you were talking earlier, she asked it, and so I just put yes, and I broadcast it. So Anne-Marie asked, can this be used on sites that have Amazon links if we don't wrap Amazon links? Yeah, absolutely, not a problem. Where the only thing that I've discovered in playing with it over the past 6 months or so is that if someone has a PayPal link that does not open up in a new window, it won't work. Okay, which is a minority of sites. And if you have something like that going on, then I would go back to the site person and say, you need to change your link, or please change your link. I want to market you. It needs to open up in a new window because it's something technical, and it won't work. Okay. So there's that, but otherwise pretty much you can wrap just about anything, not everything. I never will promise that, but when people ask me, which converts better or which does this or will this work? My answer is one word: test, and just let's just test and see. Okay. And that's
something that people should keep in mind is that you just came out of beta a couple of weeks ago. I mean, I had him bring it to you before pretty much anybody else knows about this. So there's going to be a little bit of growing pains, but with that, you're getting in your foot in the door. I know I've heard Ken talking about some other features that they're talking about possibly adding to this. And I mean, you're in at a good time where nobody else knows about this, nobody else is using this. It's going to really give you an edge. Just like the retargeting right now, it's so new that if you start using the retargeting, it's going to give you a huge edge.
Oh, it's wild. I mean, it is really the coolest thing ever. I mean, I love it. And with everything, you've got to take action now while it's still hot. For example, that's really important because before it gets well, actually, let me give you some statistics on this. This is really interesting, and we'll get you access, by the way, to the infographic as well. What's fascinating is that only 11% of people that have been surveyed are unhappy with retargeting. Okay, 89% are cool with it. I think 30% are excited about it, actually like it, and the balance are ambivalent. So, and I don't care about the 11% because they're already gone anyway. They haven't bought. We tend to focus sometimes in the wrong areas. So 89% of the universe is completely open to retargeting. So let me, by the way, welcome you, Lou, and I got Colin and Tyler is in, so I'm thrilled about that. Kathleen's signing up. I'm thrilled. Let me see if I can make sure I get some of these other questions here. Anne Marie, we took care of the Amazon links, answered that. The WordPress sites, yeah, we got some packages of Jim, and I'll send you some information on that. So there's that. That's and our guys take great care of you. Yeah, Thursday in Oz. I know. Yeah, it's Thursday morning for me here in Bangkok. Kim's asking, is the retargeting part of the SiteWrap software? Well, yeah, that's a great question, Kim. Let me take you back and show you what I'm talking about, darling. Okay, so what we've created for you is the ability to throw the retargeting scripts into your pages abundantly easily. Okay, so where do you get those scripts from? You get on this side, on the left-hand side over here, you get it from your Google AdWords account. And then from over here, you would get it from either AdRoll or Perfect Audience. And by the way, if you were to use any other service, you would put the code in here as well. Okay, we just know that AdRoll and Perfect Audience are the two biggest providers of retargeting for Facebook, and now they're adding Twitter and some other things as well. But this is where the code comes in. And by the way, if you have accounts with both of them, then you can put both codes in there. Okay, just like put one before the other so that they're not messed up. But you can. That's where you do it. We don't do the retargeting. We're facilitating the retargeting. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Got it. Excellent.
And also, if somebody here participated in the Click Certain webinar that I held, I think it was back in January, and you have a Click Certain account, you can use the retargeting. I spoke with Ken.
Yep.
One of the things we spoke about.
Yep.
You can put the retargeting code in this AdRoll or Perfect Audience section. And if you want to know how you're able to use the Click Certain targeting, if you have an account with them, for your own stuff, open a ticket at my support desk, askhollycotter.com, and I'll share my little trick with you.
Yeah, that's and we love Click Certain. I mean, I didn't realize that when Holly and I talked about this last week, that you guys even had a.
He asked me how I was doing it.
Yeah, I was like, how'd you do?
I'll share it with you too.
Yeah, because we're developing a relationship with ClickCertain. I was on the phone with them at length about 2 weeks ago, as a matter of fact. And so when Holly was like, "So you work with ClickCertain?" I was like, "How do you know about ClickCertain, Holly?" so because they really are a private label company, and they work with agencies only. So for you to have had a webinar with ClickCertain, for Hollywood to have done that for you guys is like monumental, and it's really cool. We're planning on actually working with ClickCertain on a private label basis, and this is just between us, so that as we go out with done for you services, which is at how we're building our business, we'll be using ClickCertain for our clients. So of course this works with ClickCertain, and Holly did mention that we just came out of beta. I want you to understand something, and that she said we might have some growing pains. This is really stable. I don't consider that you'll have any issues at all. If you do, I mean, I had a problem the other day. It freaked me out. I could not get this one site to wrap. No matter what I did, it just didn't work. And I'm going to embarrass myself. And it just didn't. I mean, the header showed up fine, and there was like one little 10 pixel little square that showed up. I was like, why is this thing not working? And so I sent it over to Matt, our programmer, and Matt looked at the code and he said, well, it would help if you put in the HTTP. See, and so here we put this in, we default this in right over here, HTTP, but it was an affiliate link for Eben Pagan's new launch. Okay. And I love Evan. I'll promote Evan till, to the time, until time goes by. Right. But for some reason, when they gave us the link didn't have the www or the HTTP, whatever. And it just, without the HTTP, it won't wrap. It's just how the code works. Duh. And so I'm like, I'm the developer. I know this. And I felt like a complete idiot. So trust me, there'll be something in the members area. Before you say it doesn't wrap, please double check and make sure it's HTTP. So there you go. So Cullum asks, is Holiday across everything? Does she sleep? I don't know. She's amazing. So you'll be paying additional fees to use retargeting. Yeah, Jim, you pay for retargeting because you're buying advertising. We're facilitating the ability to use it. So in this case, on the left-hand side over here, you're paying Google for AdWords, and for AdRoll or Perfect Audience, you're paying them. And ultimately, what's going to happen is you'll be paying Facebook. Because Facebook is now letting you go direct, and that's going to change a lot of the way AdRoll and Perfect Audience works. So I would predict within the next few months you might not even be using them. You might just be going straight to Facebook, and that's actually what. Oh gosh, I'm going blank now. What's the name of the company we're talking about again, Holly? The one that you just got that insider stuff with?
ClickCertain?
That's it, ClickCertain. That's what ClickCertain told me. They advised actually that for Facebook and so on to go directly to Facebook. That's what they told me. So this will be a little bit different. But what I want you to think about, Jim, is this. I consider retargeting to be free. And why do I say that? I say that because if you'd set it up for pay-per-click, which is exactly how I would do it, people that bought aren't going to click. And by the way, with Perfect Audience, for example, you can exclude your buyers. But I don't care. They're not going to click anyway. The people that are going to click are people that are actually interested because they've seen your stuff before. Because as I explained earlier, they're 10 times more likely to click on something that they've already seen before, and they're buying. Or if they're not buying, at least they're going back for another look-see. So they're completely targeted. So your cost per action is going to be really, really small. I don't consider that a cost, really, because I think it's going to pay for itself very, very, very quickly. So I'm not concerned with that as being any kind of economic consideration. Does that make sense? Okay. Anne-Marie's asking, do you understand correctly? If we order within 24 hours, everything we get is the same as if we ordered during this webinar? Yes. Anne-Marie, everything that we talked about here is live for the next 24 hours. The big timing issue is the 2 headers that we're making for you guys, because obviously we can't do it for everybody. Just simply because it's work for my team, and therefore we want it only for the action takers. Okay.
Kim asked an excellent question here.
Yeah, I'm trying to read it right now. Go ahead.
Kim said she's been struggling with building a list for months. She hasn't made a penny with it yet. Is this going to help with that?
What do you think? What do you think, Holly?
Gosh, yeah. My mind, I've already thought of like 3 different ways it could help with that,
Yeah.
Think about this, Kim. You're not taking them off of your site. So on every page, if you wanted to, on every single one of those headers where they return to site, you could actually take them back to an opt-in list, to an opt-in box. You could even have some kind of offer like win something, enter to win, and capture their contact information. There's so much you can do with this. I'm sure you have other suggestions as well, Ken.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So a couple of other things you can do, and we're planning on integrating this in version 1.1, is adding an exit pop-up. Now you could do exit pop-ups right now anyway because it's all within WordPress. So you can run an entry pop-up over HydraVid here. You can run an exit pop-up if they're going to leave HydraVid, for example. You control the relationship. Cool, huh? Something else. Maybe you didn't think about this, but when you retarget, let's say you don't even want to run an exit pop, maybe you don't even want to do any of that stuff. When you retarget, you could bring them back to a different, not to a sales page, but to your own page to get a free offer where they actually end up opting in. So there's tons of ways to make this thing work. Okay, I like exit pops. I think exit pop-ups are great. You can even do it, like I said, you can do an entry pop, but I'd rather, my attitude is, I'd rather not entry pop them on someone else's offer just yet. Unless it's another blog post, okay, that's different. But on a sales side of things, I'd rather let the sales business go, especially if they have a video that's coming up or whatever. I mean, I'm doing this to make money, so so there's that. I'll also let you know that when they buy, they're going to leave your wrap and they're going to leave your site. Do you care? No, because they're buying something. So that's your objective in the first place in most cases, right? So that's all good. All right. Hopefully that helped. List building is massive. And again, you're building a retargeting list too. That's the beauty of this. You don't have to ask permission to build a retargeting list. Now, you can't like go out and email those guys because the way it's set up is it's those retargeting ads will appear on their own. So the objective is to get them from the retargeting campaign to your website or to the affiliate site, whatever. But it's going to yours, right? To buy, and ultimately then you can give them that ethical bribe to get them into your email list. Okay. Let me see. So you took care of the any additional. There's no additional fees to us, Jim. It's just whatever you're paying for your marketing. Took care of Anne Marie. Let's see. Let me look at your question here, Jim. Um, okay, great question, Jim. I love this question. Jim says, okay, I want to do this to sell affiliate products and services. What kind of website should I have? An informational site about internet marketing? The answer, Jim, is, and I'm going to ask you a question here. Who's your audience? Who are you selling stuff to? Who are you serving? Okay, because you're saying an informational site about internet marketing, that would imply that you're selling to internet marketers. I want to know who your market is, because my attitude is this, and this is something that Holly, I kind of developed from my relationship with our mutual friend Gina. It's coming to service. You'll engage them better. They'll stay with you longer if you give them something that is of value. Okay, so if your marketplace, and I'm looking for your answer, Jim. So just pop in the chat and tell me who's your market, who are your buyers, who's your market. If it is internet marketers or people that define themselves as internet marketers, that's a wide open marketplace, number one, that's heavily competitive. My recommendation would be that you look to niche that. So I would look at, for example, if you have an interest in let's just say healthcare, for example, or in alternative healthcare, then maybe you create a site that helps massage therapists market themselves online, and then provide them with all sorts of tools and resources to build their businesses. You see, what I was doing for a while, says since most products are for internet marketing, not necessarily, Jim. Remember, with change, I want you to. Jim's saying most products seem to be for internet marketing, and I want to beg to differ with you. Remember, when I tried to change your brain, Target, Macy's, Nordstrom's, they're affiliate marketers too. So look at who you want to serve, and then you can offer them products and services, and then you can joint venture with those people to take care of providing them with information. For example, before I had to make the decision of what I want to do with my life over the past few months, we always make that decision. We keep asking ourselves that question. I had created this website called boostyourpractice.com, and I was going to spend my time and energy in helping medical practitioners, healthcare practitioners, primarily alternative medical, and I'm talking about massage therapists and chiropractors and dentists and others that, aside from just like regular MDs, build their businesses. And that's where I was going to focus rather than just working with, quote, internet marketers. And so the services and products I was going to be offering them would relate to their practices in that niche. Now, by the way, I chose not to do that because, frankly, the site wrap business has grown so much, and really my passion is helping all entrepreneurs become totalpreneurs. So it morphed and developed in something that I got much more identity with. So I want you to look at who you can serve best, and then site wrap will tie it in. So Jim's then follows up with,
I'd like to jump in. I know, but
sure,
before we do, I'd like to jump in.
yeah,
I don't know, Jim, how much about me you know, but I actually ended up becoming a trainer and marketer to the internet marketing niche quite by accident because I was very successful in affiliate marketing, and I had friends that wanted me to teach them how to do it, and then I made some training products, and of course those got promoted to the internet marketers. But when I focused on affiliate marketing, I was not focusing on the internet marketing niche at all. I was focusing on all sorts of things, things with pets, things with kids, things, barbecue grills, you name it. I had a bunch of stuff out there. Um, and so I want you to know you probably actually make more money if you focus in a niche where they're not bombarded every day with a different offer like we have in the affiliate marketing niche. It's probably one of the hardest niches to make money in. And you asked if you want to sell skincare. What I would do is I would put together a website using SiteWrap. I would put together a website where you're curating content about skin problems, skin care techniques, and also have affiliate products that you're promoting through that site and just make it a kind of a content site, but where you also make offers. And as you build your list, you can then email offers to that list as well.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's really a great way to do it. Give them tools, give them value, and you can curate it so easily so that um, you don't need to be an expert. You really just want to be an evangelist of that, and that's really the bottom line. Is that so? That's the beauty of this. What kind of website works best for you? Well, to me, you want to have a content site. We use a theme that it's called My Instant Theme for Business. It is not an inexpensive theme. It's about $100, but it's so Google juiced up that it does a lot for SEO. I don't love it just from a graphical standpoint because it's ugly, but it's customizable. So we're actually, Gina and I are actually creating a new theme that will provide a lot of the services that will, that this theme does, so you can be as flexible as you want. So that's really the answer to that. I want to go with something that's going to be easy to use, easy to customize, and easy to sell with. But the key to me is content. Yeah, Column says maybe use Curation We use Curation to find content, but again, you're going to customize it. So all these people that have curation software, for example, that want to automate for you, understand that the best thing that they can do is find it for you, but then you're going to want to customize it, and you want to add that beginning and end, and follow some of the processes and procedures that we've been teaching for a long time. And I can't get into that on this webinar, but there's a lot of strategy on utilizing that to build your business. That's where you're gonna really build it, Jim. And again, think about the service and think about the long term. That's the key. The way I look at it. Okay, that's the key. Okay, other questions. Let's see what I got. Okay, so I answered Anne Marie privately. And anybody else I have questions for? Okay. Am I missing anything, or are we good? Let's see. It looks like I've got Jeff. Welcome aboard.
I just want to remind people that when you sign up for this, you're going to also have access twice a month to some very in-depth brainstorming sessions. So if you find after this webinar is over that, ooh, I forgot to ask that, all you have to do is wait till Monday to ask your question.
Oh yeah, like I said, I don't know anybody that does this, but we want to make it really easy and fun, and we are building a members area in Google Plus, so that's coming up, and we are looking for people actually that will help manage that, and that's not the word curate, it's moderate that. So that'll be a member moderated area, and you guys can be as active as you like. This is a community that we're building, so it's going to be a ton of fun. So, and by the way, Anne Marie, thanks for catching that mistake. I just took that page offline just this minute. So I really appreciate you. That's a good catch. And let's see. So I'm just checking to see how Tyler is with us. Welcome aboard. PJ is here. Adam is in. Nick is in. Fantastic. This is great. So you guys are in for a bunch of fun. Patty's got a question. Yeah, Patty, that really is a great question. I really appreciate that. Patty asked what she says. Patty says, stupid question, but do you need a website? Yeah, you do. You need a WordPress site, which is why we've offered to build one inexpensively for you, a basic site. I mean, you'll have to put some of the content in yourself, but we'll build it for you so you can get started with it. Why do you need a website? Well, first of all, the software has to work on something, so it works on a site. Secondly, remember, we're looking to bring people. Let me see if my screen is frozen or not. No, it's good. Okay. We're looking to bring people directly to content, and we have to control that content. It only comes from a website. So you have to build a website for sure. And remember, we talked about digital sharecropping. If you're just doing like Facebook pages and stuff like that, it's not a website, it's Facebook. And while it's free and people, everyone that's selling Facebook marketing is talking about, yes, you can start without your own website. You don't need a URL. You don't have the expenses and everything. That's great, but you have no control. And you could be out of business tomorrow. I don't like that. I want something that's mine. Call me possessive, if you will, but I want to have that control. Now, I still think Facebook's important. Absolutely. I think working on LinkedIn is important. Using social media is fundamental to your business success. But having a website is I would say business 101. The good thing is,
I think that all the successful entrepreneurs would agree with that, Ken, that you have to have your own website. You can't just throw up a Facebook page and use that instead
Yeah, you
because you
can't.
don't have that safety factor.
Holly, you experienced this when you and I talked about your history. Where you were in business one day and you were gone the next day. This
Yeah.
happens to far too many people,
But I had
and
my own website. I had my own dedicated server. It still didn't help me.
I know, but
But
I wasn't.
that wasn't,
I wasn't going to go that deep into it, but it's the same point though. You had your challenge for a different reason, but it's the same net
yeah.
result. If we have people with Google slaps, and when they have these Google slaps where Google like says no, you can't advertise anymore because you violate our terms and service or because we don't like you. The bottom line is your business ended that day. Done. You don't rank anymore. They penalized you. Why would you be in a position where that could happen to you? That's just crazy risk. So having a
Right.
site that you can control where you actually provide service, you're never going to get hurt. Um,
I would
so
like to point out for the couple of people that may not already have their own website that really setting up a WordPress site is very simple. You can go to HostGator and for I don't know what it is, $7 a month or something, get their baby thing, their baby hosting account, and then you get a free WordPress blog and put it up there, and then you can using the content curation example, start just adding one article at a time, with this site wrap, add one article at a time, and before you know it, you're going to have several articles, lots of content. It's not a big, huge undertaking. It really, you can do it very easily in baby steps.
yeah, you will build slowly but surely. I mean, we when I said that we're talking about no overnight successes, I want you to, and our objective is to have you build and build logically, and it will grow quickly, but you got to do step by step. So start with a basic website. Start by starting to curate some good quality content. Um, you know, ask people to participate. Ask people to tell their friends. Give them something of value that they can use. And the key to me is action. So whether it's a survey that you do, and again, something valuable, whether you do a personal assessment, we're now adding, for example, a totalpreneurship assessment that we're building that'll be available hopefully in a few weeks for members of the Institute for Totalpreneurship, where we'll evaluate what their totalpreneurship quotient is, and then they can use that to determine where they need to focus their energies in terms of building their businesses. That brings involvement, you see. So it's all that. Really, really kind of cool. Patty says she missed the first 45 minutes. Our product does not curate content. We believe content curation is a great means of building your business, Patty. And if you're curating content, the ability to leverage links within the curated content so that people never leave your website is what SiteWrap does. So it facilitates the power of curated content. In fact, we did actually someone mentioned CurationSoft. Jack Humphrey, who developed CurationSoft, practically had uh, a I don't want an enthusiasm attack. I'll leave it that way. I've got him recorded. He's like, oh my god, this is amazing. Um, just about 3 weeks ago when we had him on a webinar, and he was like off the hook. He was overwhelmed. We did a webinar to the CurationSoft community just about a week or so ago. They were actually one of the first people I reached out to because I'm a CurationSoft user, number one, but number two, it's so perfect for those guys because they're giving away their customers and clients with these other links. And I don't want anyone to do that. I want them to really be in control. It's that simple. And Dave asks, "Is this a WordPress plugin?" Technically, it's a plugin, absolutely, because it works within a WordPress theme. But we don't like to think of it as something as simple as a quote plugin. It's a software system. It's a revolutionary software system that allows you to do things that you could never do before. So we never ever want to identify it, by its technical term. We like to identify it and market it as its benefit. And we also sell things based on the value of the benefit, not on a commodity, but as actually as a benefit. So that's cool. And Roger asked, yeah, Roger ate iframes. It's exactly what it does. That's a technical term of what it does. It iframes, and you can customize that and adapt it and fine tune it. I'm not taking you through the how tos. We have tons of tutorials for that. My objective for you now is to give you the possibilities and the whys of why this works, why it's important for you, why you need to implement it, and then what the benefits will be for you. The how tos, that's easy. You're going to learn that inside of the tutorials and our trainings, and and there's that. The other thing you can think about. Let me see. Tim's asking a question. Yeah, Kim, I'll be happy to talk to you about the sales funnel. Real simple. Actually, I'll just show this to you once again. The idea. Let me go back into this because I had to go fix this one web page here while we were talking. Let me go back to the create funnel section. It's really, really simple. So, Kim, you've got the site on copywriting, right? So, very simple. If we create our first wrap page, if let's say I'm going to become an affiliate for you, and I want to sell your page, okay? So I'll go ahead and I'll go in and I'll create a wrap that wraps your page here and wrap page 1. Now, if people say, well, I like Kim said, I remember it sounded great, but it's been a few minutes. Not a problem. I have a full tutorial in the members area, Kim, so you can watch it over and over and over again. So not a problem. Okay. Anyhow, so what you'll do is this. What you really want to do is map out what you want the customer experience to be. So actually, rather than even doing it this way, let me close this up. Let me show it to you from this standpoint. So let's say we have them come to page 1. Let's say that's your offer, and they look at the offer and they go, I'm really not feeling it. I don't really want this. So they then click to leave, and they click to leave by going ahead and clicking on. Let's go to the let's say it's another site. Let's click on Eileen's site. It's clicking on this return to site, right? Well, you define that. Where would you want them to go next? What other offer would you like them to go to the second time, or to what's the second offer in the series? So maybe it's this one's Cycle Profits one, which is only $17. Okay, so that would be the second offer, Cycle Profits. They don't buy Cycle Profits. Then what's the next offer? Maybe it's a resource page on your website, which then they can choose any number of things. Or maybe you then take them to a third offer, a fourth offer, fifth offer. That's the idea. You just decide where you want them to go, and you just chaining it all the way along. So write it out, and then all you do is just plug it in, plain and simple. Okay, hope that helps. Yeah, Kim says, good thing. Okay. Colin says, if you focus on bringing brilliance to your audience or your market, the how-to is covered by us. Yeah, that's true. Here's the thing. The most important thing that I think we can give you, not just in this webinar, but really in terms of anything that we do training-wise, is the why you should do stuff. The how is mechanics. Anybody can teach how. Your auto mechanic can teach you how. Okay, the better auto mechanic is going to teach you why this is important, why your car is going to run, and why you want to keep the car running clean, right? It's the why that helps you understand things. And that's the most important thing to me as a trainer. And I've been training people for like 27, 28 years. My mom was a 5th grade teacher. I was always asking, why does it work, Mom? Why this? Why that? That's what we want to teach you and share with you. So, because once you understand the purpose, then you can be creative and find other ways to succeed with it. If you just know that all you got to do is fill in these buttons, then you're not really taking full advantage of the possibilities. But if you understand why we're doing this and the benefits of this, that's where the magic takes place. When you're in the members area, and the first few strategic implementation sessions that you listen to, and I encourage you to do that, there's a session that Gina was with me on, and we explored the ways and brainstormed the ways we can use SiteWrap. And when we first began creating this, we didn't even think about retargeting. That was one day we were in the middle of one of our sessions with our beta testers, and I said, "Oh my God, we could retarget!" And Gina practically had a coronary. She's like, "Oh my God." And you can hear it. You can hear it live. I mean, you can hear it happening on the recording. There's been so much "oh my God" experience in our sessions because we're dealing with the why. We're dealing with the possibilities. The how-tos, they're important, and that's easy to handle. Okay. So Ernst says that he signed up to retargeting services. So is the wrap your main twist? Yeah, Ernst, welcome home, by the way. And Kim says, oh my God. What the wrap does is, and I think you missed this while you're traveling home, Ernst, what the wrap does is allows you to retarget sites that aren't your own. So you can go ahead and you can retarget this HydroVid site, because it's on your page. You can't do that otherwise. Okay, you can retarget your own stuff, but you can't retarget this HydroVid site because you're driving them to that site. If you just use your affiliate link, you're going straight to HydroVid. You can't add that retargeting pixel, okay, or that retargeting code. So it facilitates that, as well as the time on site and all the other benefits that we talked about. Retargeting is probably the sexiest benefit that we bring to the table, but you've got to remember that if you're looking to build a stable, steady, long-term business, then giving your people content and having them return to look at you as an expert and then buy your referrals, they'll buy from you all day long because they respect you, and you'll make a ton of money. A friend of mine, yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to just point something out. I think, just bottom line,
Yeah.
the site wrap software allows you to never, ever have to ever lose another prospect, because whether they're on your site or you send them to an affiliate site or they go to read another article that you've republished, whatever it is that you want them to do, they're always on your site. So whatever they land on, you can retarget them, you can capture their contact information, you can put them on a list specific to that particular product, content, whatever it is. I mean, to me, it was like, that was my huge, oh my God moment. You know, I've been throwing the traffic away. I've been basically sending the traffic elsewhere, never to see it again. I never have to do that again, no matter what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and that's what it says to me.
It's the most powerful system that exists out there, and it's giving you tools and capabilities that you would never have thought. Roger says you'll hunt them down like a friendly ghost. I like that, Roger. Like a friendly ghost. Yeah, it's not creepy. It's really not creepy. And that's the beauty of this. It's really a cool, ethical way of doing business and not being annoying and being really a gentleman about it. It's really, really remarkable. Holly, I saw your comment in the chat. You said you had a bonus you want to announce, and I've been running all over the place.
That's what I announced a little while ago.
Okay,
the
cool.
Multiple income streams thing.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Okay, because I want to make sure we cover that. I don't ever see that chat side of things, so I'm glad.
I figured that's why I jumped in and said, "Is this a good time?"
Yeah, no problem. Well, guys. The key to success, in my view, is to be as flexible as you can and have fun, and that's why we wanted to create SiteWrap as it is and give you the tools. Ernst is asking, retargeting traffic costs. To which service is this connected? Say retargeting on Facebook. Okay, let me back it out real quickly here, Ernst, for you, and let me take you right down here. Okay, so there's basically there's a number of different ways to retarget. There's like 7 or so different retargeting methodologies. We're not going to go. This is not a retargeting course. We will probably be adding some retargeting resources, some training on that, and I'll probably look to joint venture that with the guys at Google and Perfect Audience and AdRoll and so on to be able to really provide you with a real deal. And we're going to look at doing that. But effectively, we're taking the basics. There's 2 places that you're going to be most effective with retargeting. One is with Google and Google AdWords on the websites that we showed you in the presentation. So the Google script that you use will get put right here. All you'll do is you'll get it from Google. Hang on, I got a cough. I was losing my voice there for a second. You'll take the Google code and you put it here, and you get that from your Google AdWords account. Really easy to set up. Trust me, if I can do it, you guys can do it. And then if you're going to retarget on Facebook, Facebook just recently announced that they're setting up their own retargeting system. So you'll be able to buy retargeting from Facebook directly, just like you can run Facebook ads. That's going to impact on AdRoll or Perfect Audience, I'm sure. But for right now, you'll probably be using your retargeting from either AdRoll or Perfect Audience. Those are the 2 big players. And any other player will work as well. But since they're the 2 big ones, we put their names in there. Okay. So that's how it's connected. You'll just take your code from AdRoll or Perfect Audience or both, because both of it will fit in there, and just pop it in here. And we've made it so simple that you can do that. Okay, so there you go. Colin says, okay, I got to go. I'm starting from scratch, so I'm really looking forward to Skyping. I have a plan, he says. Great. I'm looking forward to helping you with your plan. That's going to be fun. I love working with people that are getting started, because that way I can help you avoid the problems that I went through and really give you a shortcut to your success. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So Colin, thanks to you and Holly for an outstanding session. And Dave asks, what's the cost of the codes from AdWords, et cetera? Well, Dave, that's going to depend upon your keywords, your marketplace, and so on. So um, I can't tell you what those are going to be, but what I will tell you is that you're only going to pay for it when people click. So it's going to be very, very minimal. And what you'll do is you'll start testing. So, for example, you can set a daily budget per campaign. And that daily budget, we normally would recommend, say, $20 a day to get started. And again, when they click, they're clicking because they've seen your ad, they've been to your website, and they know where they're going back to. So you're looking at someone who's been highly targeted. Ads only going to people that have been there first, been there before. So while the cost of the click will be small, still you're going to get results that provide you with dollars much better, and that's why it's 3 or 4 or 5 times more powerful. Okay, really, really important stuff for you. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Any other questions? God, we have gone 2 hours and 21 minutes so far. I can't believe it. I sure hope this has been valuable
I
for
know,
you
it's
guys.
good thing I'm on my laptop.
Oh my
I actually had
gosh.
to pick up my laptop and start carrying it into the kitchen so I could feed my pets
Right,
because they
right.
were climbing all over me.
I believe me, I understand. I'm sitting here and I'm glad I haven't had to like leave the table. So this has been good. This is great.
I don't know what you're going to do. I mean, don't you have to go to the bathroom sometime?
It's we're not going to talk about that, but that's why we started 1 minute late, guys. Was because I made sure I said, Holly, I need to take a break real quick so I don't have to worry about it. So this has been like a fun movie where I don't want to miss the action parts.
No, this has been fun. I've enjoyed this, everyone. I am surprised that almost everybody that started off on the webinar with us is still with us.
I know. I'm watching. You
Just
guys
amazing.
are awesome. Ernst, minimum budget to make it worthwhile. Normally, Ernst, when I test a campaign, I do $20 a day. I mean, you don't want to spend a lot of money. You really want to go ahead and test. And there's tons of strategy when we release the FB Ad Blaster soft training in a few weeks. That'll give you a good clue on what to do with Facebook. And there's tons of resources online for how to run your AdWords and other types of campaigns. So this isn't really the place for it, but we want to make it as easy for you as possible. I wouldn't spend more than $20 a day, really. That's really the bottom line. And you'll be building your retargeting list by virtue of the amount of traffic you're sending to your pages, because that's where it starts off from. So you may start with a list of 20 people and then grow it to 1,000 or more. And again, the bigger the list, the more money you potentially can make. So that's going to be key. You can do all sorts of joint ventures and things. I mean, we're using this as a tool. Everything is a tool. The key is, how do you build your business with those tools? Who do you work with to integrate your marketing so that you can benefit? It all comes back to that why, and it comes down to that building a logical business. And at the end of the day, it comes down to our creating the Institute for Totalpreneurship. Just as a kind of quick overview of what this is all about and where this comes from, and then we should probably wrap it up, because now I'm thinking about, like, maybe I should eat something. It's almost sunrise here in Bangkok. We created the Institute for Totalpreneurship to help entrepreneurs become totalpreneurs and really develop everything and give them what they need. There's 5 fundamentals to this. The first one is getting the perfect customer, and more of the perfect customer. Not any customer, but the customer that really excites you. The customer that really is someone that you get up and you go, oh, I can't wait to serve these people, where you have fun. Not the person that like is drudge. I used to be in the mortgage business, and we always used to tease that we hated our clients. We hated the realtors. We hated the customers, because everyone was so stressed out and freaked out that they're always screaming. That's the typical mortgage business. Not the perfect customer for me. I'm no longer there, thank goodness. We made a lot of money, but it was not always the most fun thing. Okay, so you want the perfect customer. Second pillar that we talk about is what I call client development and evangelism, and that is helping that customer and client come back over and over again to buy more and more from us and become raving evangelists and love us. So because once you do that and you have that built in place, you never have to worry about finding new customers, because they're being referred to you automatically by your current customers. So you don't have to work so hard at all, ever. That's the beauty of having that. And so today we're focusing on those 2 pillars together by getting new best customers for you and monetizing them better by having them come back with a relationship that you're building. The last three pillars that we teach and we fundamentalize are building systems and operations so that you can have sanity in your life, and you can take a couple weeks and come to Nepal with us, for example, or take a weekend away and not worry about what's going on with your business, because it's not going to blow up and explode, because you set up your people that know what they're doing. The fourth pillar is creating your inner excellence and your inner power, and it's really winning the inner game so that you're comfortable and happy with yourself, and you allow yourself the ability to be successful. You forgive yourself for the sins of the past. You believe that you deserve your success, and trust me, a lot of people are nowhere close to having that in their lives, which is why they're not where they want to be, because they've not given themselves that permission. And I'm waving my hands. This was me for years. So it really does stop you, and you have to overcome that. So we want to help you with the inner game. And the last but not least is creating a lifestyle of awesomeness, which allows you to to have vibrant health and solid investments, and travel the world with with people that you love and enjoy, and spend time with your family and friends, and contribute back to the community, and to do volunteer work and things of that nature. It's really to have it all, and all those pieces go together. So today, for example, I wanted to help you build that holistic methodology and at least framework in your head, so that you can build a business that really does have legs, and not just throw stuff against the wall and like, here's an offer, there's an offer, everywhere there's an offer, and just really push stuff to just make a sale. It's not about that. It really, really isn't. And that's the community that you join with us. We have a full curriculum that we're moving forward to. I'm talking to Holly about becoming one of our faculty members, because she has such great stuff to offer. And this is what we're developing. This is really what my dedication is. So as you join us and join SiteWrap is a tool to facilitate all this from happening, and to make this happen. It's a tool. And the training that comes with it also facilitates your growth. That's what this is all about. So if you've enjoyed the past 2.5 hours with us, which has been it's been fun for me. Hopefully it's been fun for you. Then join the SiteWrap community, and we'll invite you to join the actual institute and become part of the institute's curriculum. But join the SiteWrap community, get started using the software, come to our twice monthly sessions, and make some changes and build a business. And again, the where we go, where's our link here? Our link is totalpreneur.com/now, and that would be perfect for you guys. Kim says, I'm so hoping I'll get that. Yeah, I need help. So yeah, Kim, my success is your success, because I can't brag about you unless you're doing well. It's incredibly selfish, right? I can't brag about your success unless you really are successful. So therefore, we better make you successful. And that's motivation, right? So I get thrilled and excited by your enthusiasm, everybody. So come join us, and let's stay enthusiastic together and create some magic. Any final questions? Kim says, I'm cool with that. All right, excellent. Kathleen says, thanks so much. Holly, Roger says, cheers, great webinar, thank you. I really appreciate your time, everybody. I had figured we would be 90 minutes. I like to keep it kind of tight. So if, for the fact that you guys stuck around, I'm thrilled and honored that you did. I'm really very grateful. Kim says, thank you for your time. Thanks, Holly. Holly, thank you so much for taking charge and making sure this happened. I am very grateful. I've had a blast. And you're fun.
I've had a good time too.
Yeah, well, you're fun.
I'm so excited that you were willing to share this with my group, because I know I've got some movers and shakers, and I wanted them to see this.
Yeah, it's really an exciting thing. We're so happy that that you guys could be with us. So this is really exciting. So anyway,
Okay, well,
everybody, welcome aboard.
I may talk to some of you guys on the Monday night session, and everybody else, look for an email from me end of this week, beginning of next week, about the multiple income streams training. And Ken, thank you for taking time in the middle of your night to be with us and to share with us.
It has truly been a pleasure. I'm honored to be with you guys. Thanks so much. We'll look forward to seeing you guys on Monday at the next strategic implementation session. For those of you in Sydney, I think that may be you, Colin. I'm not sure. We'll see you in that case Tuesday morning, but you'll get your invitation. Okay, you guys, you take care. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon in SiteWrap land.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.